Hey, what it do?
Ahoy, hoy.
What's up?
Just our new edgy NFL draft open.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
I liked it for one reason.
And why is
Well,
that?
no, 2 reasons.
Okay.
No, 3 reasons.
Wow.
Yeah.
Suddenly a lot to like.
Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4.
Well, I liked the hard rock.
That's what I said. It's our new edgy open.
Because when you hear hard rock on
Yeah.
radio,
Yeah.
it means they're edgy.
Yeah, power hour time.
And then I liked that the clips, so it says your name, and then it's somebody else talking.
Yeah, that threw me off a little bit.
And then it's my name and somebody else talking.
Yes. Well, that was draft.
As if there are no clips of us talking about draft picks, which there probably aren't of me.
Yeah.
For you, there's probably
Well,
plenty.
just wait till hour 2 and hour 3. There'll be more of that.
Well, it's not. We're not.
I don't think anyone wanted to sift through to find that. I think it's a little easier to just,
Exactly.
I recognize Joel Klatt. I can't say
It's like finding a needle in a haystack.
Yeah, no
Go
one's-
back and find Rop breaking down a draft pick from the NFL.
From the TGL, maybe. From the NFL, no.
Yeah, exactly.
That is true. Yeah, if we want a TGL draft, for our Detroit Motor Kitties when they get their team, then yes, we'll talk about
Our Motor City Kitties. I can't wait. Well, what we should have done is just read like absurd draft takes.
Oh yeah, those are always fun. The Mel Kipers.
That would be fun.
Yeah, those do make the rounds around this time of the year. In fact, I heard one this morning. And it was, who was Mel taking a big steaming dump on? Maybe it was Aaron Donald or something.
What? What?
Well, there's always one of those where it's like, I think he's a mid-round guy and he's limited, and we all have those.
Well, back in the day, it was Jimmy Clausen. He said he'll retire if Jimmy Clausen's not a star.
That's right. That's his most famous one.
Yeah.
Just never.
And Jimmy Clausen's not a star, and he did not retire.
What a liar.
Mel's busy with those Polly Walnut tips that he's still got going in that Goodfellas hair. Nothing is absolute. Nothing drives me more bananas than people in sports that are absolute. LeBron wasn't an absolute. Sidney Crosby wasn't an absolute. There's no such thing. It just doesn't exist. John Elway wasn't an absolute. I mean, there's just so many factors that go into it. And certainly Jimmy Clausen was not an absolute. But some of these guys, I mean, God, they make it. It's like a loser leave town match in wrestling, and then like a week later, shockingly enough, he's back in town. How's that work?
I love the NFL draft.
Yeah,
I mean, well, actually, I don't. I know you love the NFL draft.
I do. I like the NFL.
I love the NFL.
Yeah,
and I love the idea of building a team.
Mm-hmm.
So the draft is a big portion of that.
yes,
At the same time, all of the experts or so-called experts and the mocks and all of that ruin it for me.
I can see that.
Like, it's just too much, and no one knows anything. Like, this is why I try to avoid it until the actual draft happens, and then I'm surprised.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. That's
Whereas
actually
you're
a good.
not.
That's a good idea.
You're
I like
not.
that.
You're like, oh god, I called that 3 months
Been
ago.
hearing about that guy.
And I'm like, wait, who's that guy?
I think the reason I like the NFL draft more so than any other draft is in basketball, you really don't build a team. Right? You got to get 1 or 2 guys and then you fill in some pieces. But there's teams run 8 deep for the most part in the NBA. And that's if you're lucky. And baseball, a lot of those guys you don't see for years and years and years. And so that's not really team construction there. So I love the idea in the NFL that it truly is, how would you say, it's the league that if you're smart, the system is set up for you to be successful. Like the draft is the ultimate team exercise because there's no greater team than the NFL team.
Well, in the system, you said it. It's the system.
Yes.
It allows you to be good quickly if you're smart.
Yeah,
you have to have a lot of ducks in it. Like it challenges you, but you can do it. Whereas there are other leagues that aren't business-wise, they're not set up quite as entertaining.
Yeah.
They don't lend themselves to the entertainment value like the NFL
they
has.
don't have the impact and there's not as many moving pieces. But you take a look at Seattle that just won the Super Bowl.
They did?
They did. And that was
breaking news, dude.
And that was a team. And look, I know it's not Portland, because Portland hasn't been mired in mediocrity. Portland's been mired in suctitude for the last 5 years. But if you want to go back to like the previous 15 years or 20 years, would you say that Portland's been mired in mediocrity? right? You're the 7 seed, you're the 5 seed. You're like, you had one playoff run that was worth a damn. But that's kind of where the Seahawks were after the Russell Wilson, or maybe the back end of the Russell Wilson days. And then in the span of 3 years, you find yourself Gray Zabel. You go get yourself a Nick Umanyari. You go get yourself a Torrey Holton. And then the year before that, you get Byron Murphy. And you get the year before that, Witherspoon and Jackson Smith and Jigba. And you get, your couple of running backs that you go throw in there. You draft your 2 tackles in the same draft. One who was a first-round pick, and then Abe Lucas, I think, wasn't until maybe like the 3rd or 4th round. So you start stringing these 3 or 4 years together. And by the way, none of those picks at the time were hailed as any sort of franchise-defining moment. None of those guys were. Even Jackson Smith and Jigba was coming off a year at Ohio State where he didn't really play because of injury, right? Apparently his shoe size was wrong. Did you read that?
No.
Yeah, I guess at Ohio State he was wearing a size like 12, and then the Seahawks did a scan of his foot, and they're like, I don't know, you should wear a 10.5, and I guess it solved his leg problems. Ohio State has all that money, and they can't go to a Payless shoe store and get one of those shoe measuring things. Yeah.
Like, who wears a shoe that's like...
You'd be surprised.
Really?
Yeah. Well, a lot of times you just go in.
You know what they say about big feet,
Yeah.
big shoes.
Well, I could wear a size 15. It wouldn't fit.
Yeah.
But I could wear it.
I tended to wear a size bigger in cleat than my normal shoe because I liked, you had a bunch of ankle tape and it just felt more comfortable. So I always wore a bigger cleat. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but no one ever said this is the size shoe you wear. You go into an equipment room and you're like, what cleat do you want? And then you'd be like, well, I like that one and I want it in that size, and they would hand it to me. That was the end of it. And that's the way it works in most places. And I guess with him, Seattle took it and was like, no, you need to be wearing this kind of shoe and you're a size and a half off. And I guess to them, that says they've solved their foot problems. But my point was, like, even a guy like that, dude, JSN was not hailed as like this guy that was going to come in and change the franchise. But you stack enough of those things together, and all of a sudden you look up and you've gone from a team that for 3 or 4 years wins 8 or 9 games and misses the playoffs by a year, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, we just won a Super Bowl.
Oh my God!
Not because of a star player. Now, Jackson Smith and Jigba did turn into a star. But outside of that, who's the star player on the Seahawks? It's not.
Sam Darnold, dude.
It's just a collection, and there's another one, retread. So that's just a collection of really good players. And that was done because of GMs and scouting and roster building. And that is the NFL draft. And that's why I think the NFL draft is the most important, and I think it's the most interesting offseason thing in all of sports.
Well, I don't know about interesting, at least on my end, but it is the most important. It's just that the nauseating thing is that they will tell us how a team did 24 hours after they're done.
And that's stupid.
You have no idea.
No, none.
So it's just all of that stuff gets to be too much, and it's hard because we can't wait. We don't want to wait.
Yeah.
We want to talk it out and be like, oh my God, the Packers were so good this year.
And this is why I make fun of draft grades, because like you said, it's so dumb. But what you can do is like draft value, right? So if there's a guy that you take, with pick 12 that you could have had with your second pick in the second round, then that's dumb. People that are able to move down. So all I try to do when I look at drafts is, do you have guys that can maximize the value of their picks? And if you can do that and you have a clear organizational path forward, you usually tend to be a pretty good team. See Seattle, right? See the Ravens, the Niners.
The Eagles.
The Eagles are maybe the best team in the NFL at this. Interesting, when we look at the Niners, John Lynch has been dog crap with his early picks. But where we don't kill him and why we don't throw him out is he's been phenomenal with the later picks.
Well, he traded for Trey Lance.
Yeah. Yeah, and he gets away with it because they found a way, and you can say it was luck or whatever, but they got Brock Purdy. So they've done a great job of filling in the needs of their team. If he could be a better early drafter, the Niners would really be something, or if they could stay healthy. So I don't know, I love it. Whereas bad organizations, see Cincinnati, who can never seem to get it right, or even a team like New England, which was such a good team, they can never find a receiver for the love of God. Where the Cowboys... every offensive lineman in the Cowboys draft turns out usually to be a pretty good old lineman. They're really good at that. And so, we give the benefit of the doubt to certain teams with certain positions, and it's kind of a fun, 3D chess. And that's what I've always liked about football. I was never the biggest, I was never the strongest, but I tried to be a pretty smart player, and I liked the chess match that goes into it, where, no offense, but isn't the NBA just I know San Antonio is a good franchise, but San Antonio may win a title this year because they got one different ping pong ball. Remember the ping pong combinations? Portland had the exact same combination, and then one ball was one number off. It's like it was a 3 and Portland had a 4. If that comes up a 4 and Wembanyama is on this team with Denny and that one bounce of the ping pong ball.
6 seed. No. I'm just kidding.
That one bounce of the ball changed everything. And that's a little bit the NBA. It's just
you get Cooper Flag. Like how about Dallas?
Yeah.
Trading Luka and then getting Cooper Flag.
Yeah, you get one lucky sort of thing. And that I'm not saying I don't like that, but it seems kind of chintzy and cheesy. Whereas the NFL, you got to earn it.
You still got to. I mean, I think you still got to earn it. You got to build around. Like the Warriors have really struggled to keep a championship roster around Curry.
Yeah, last 4 years.
Like it's not that easy. Like I think the Spurs. The thing that I took away from Game 1, and we'll get into Game 1, is oh my God, because I never watch the Spurs. I only see Wemby highlights. Who's like must-see TV. They got a bunch of studs around him, like a bunch of really good players. Like that team is really well built, and it's young. Yeah. And it's like, where do they get all these guys? They like run like 5 guards at you, and they're all good. Yeah. So I don't know. I think there's more to it than that. But yes, like LeBron kind of he became a cheat code because then he paired with Wade and
Wemby was Wemby's a cheat code.
He will be. I don't know that he is yet. But he will be.
I think he is.
Cheat code.
It seems to me, Suk, and maybe you speak more to this, in the NFL, it's less about talent and it's almost more about roster construction and coaching.
Yes.
Where in the NBA, it is all about talent.
Yes.
Like you can have a terrible coach. The Cavs had David Blatt as their head coach and they made it to the NBA Finals. Yeah. Where in the NFL, you need to have the combination of both, but it's more, you don't need the top end talent. It's all about the construction and the game planning that you can do week in and week out.
In the NFL, with the exception of maybe 2 to 3 guys on a roster, and this is what I call those guys gravitational players. You hear me reference that all the time. They're really game changers. And quarterback obviously is its own. It's
a whole different planet.
That's a whole different planet. You're the sun. It's like whatever. I say gravitational players. Myles Garrett is a gravitational player. When you play him, your entire game plan changes. He changes everything and he makes everyone else better. And if you're a good team, you have maybe 2. If you're lucky, 2 of those guys. And the rest of it is, let's be honest, when you're in the second and third round, the middle linebacker you're drafting versus the middle linebacker I'm drafting, there's no difference. There isn't. They're all the same. They're all about the same athletically. We all have the same kind of film. And it comes down to who's smart enough to look and say, that guy can stay healthy. That guy's not an idiot. This guy fits our scheme. All right, that guy's a slot corner, but he's more of a man guy and we play a zone scheme. No, we're flipping that because this guy in college was asked to do something that we're not going to ask him to do. So we think he's going to thrive where maybe he struggled. It's an intelligence. But the guy you're drafting isn't any better than the guy I'm drafting. And then your coaching staff. Can you find a coaching staff, Seattle, that looks at defenders and says, I don't need a top 5 pick. I'm going to find guys that fit and I'm going to get the very best out of him. And that's not the NBA. And honestly, it's not most sports. It's just not. The Dodgers don't have to do that. The Dodgers just are like, well, hey, you're really good and I'm going to give you a lot of money. The Yankees, that sort of thing.
Did they say the Dodgers spent like $1 billion last year or something?
I thought it was total. I don't know if it was $1 billion. It was 500 and something from what I saw.
Well, Shohei's contract alone,
yeah, but that doesn't, that's all.
But what they're saying is
total contract.
Just money handed out. It's absurd. You're right.
It's insane. Yeah, because the Dodgers say we're going to pay everybody, but for most of the part in baseball, it's do you have the pitching staff to compete with everybody?
I think ultimately with the NFL, this is why we love it. It's what makes it great. Is that we know it's easy to tell how hard it is to be really good.
Yeah.
And it's just cool. It creates a very. It just creates drama around the league. Like Dallas is a great example. They can't ever get it right, but they do get it right but not enough. And then they have holes, and then they lose, and then they fire their coach. And it's like I don't know. It's a great league, and you're right. The draft is amazing, but this week will be nauseating in terms of the
people that claim that they have all the answers. And
just all the. Everybody knows everything, and it's like no one knows anything.
Let me also point out that if you had all the answers, you wouldn't be sitting in front of a microphone, you'd be in an NFL draft room because you'd be a GM.
Exactly. And some of those guys, they took from the microphone and put them in, and they were terrible.
Yeah. By the way, you're right. Dodgers, so with the number I saw, payroll and tax, $515 last year.
Yeah, but total monies?
Luxury tax.
Yeah.
$415.
Yeah.
So you do some quick math. That is $930.
Yes.
And $30.2 million.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You know who has the highest payroll this year?
Your Mets.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know. Have you seen that they've lost 11 in a row?
You know,
have you seen that?
I might be.
They still have not won since Mamdani, whatever that guy's name is.
You're doing great.
The New York City mayor. What's his name? Mamdani? Right?
Thanks. I'm just going to let you pronounce it.
Well, you don't even know it. I think it's Mamdani.
Come on, dude.
Mamdani.
I actually think I think that's it. I think the last one.
Mamdani.
I think that's it.
With an N. He's the New York City mayor. Yeah. He met Mr. and Mrs. Met, and they haven't won since.
No,
it's unbelievable.
Including now, we're blowing 2-run leads in the 9th inning. It doesn't.
You guys suck. You know what's crazy though? Here's what's crazy.
They're so bad.
You have the same record as my Royals.
Yeah.
My Royals have the same record as you.
Yeah. Have you lost 11 in a row?
No, but we have the same record. That's how bad we are. And we have a worse run differential.
Are these the two worst teams in baseball?
Boy, they're close.
The Mets aren't that bad.
No, they won't.
They're not. They're not that bad.
They'll get it together.
But it's
maybe.
Dude,
anyway, listen, guys.
I just turned into hate watching, and there's a lot of cursing. And then I got one of these the other day from my daughter. Why do you watch this? And it was a good question that I didn't have an answer for.
Great question.
Sports.
Big week. Okay.
Yeah. Big week.
Big week. The NFL draft starts Thursday, I think. Anybody confirm that?
Yeah,
that sounds right.
I had to look into some.
Sounds right.
Do you know that indeed the two worst records in baseball right now
are yeah.
I thought there'd be someone worse. There's not.
The Rockies are handing it to the Dodgers.
Yeah.
I don't have like an actual baseball team. If I had to choose, it would be the Rockies, though. That is
your Rocks.
Yeah.
No, the Rockies are 9-13.
So
I know
our three teams worse than baseball.
There's only 2 teams in Major League Baseball with 7 wins. Only 2.
Yeah.
And that would be
Royals and Mets.
The Royals and Mets. We're off to a great start.
Yeah, you guys were 7-4 too.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah, we started off real good. And then Soto got hurt, and then it doesn't matter.
Those guys are total losers.
Would you like to wager who's worse at the end of the year? I bet you don't want any of that smoke.
No, it'll be Kansas City.
Exactly.
We're not that bad.
Exactly.
We are, but I'd like to believe that they're not.
You know it. Everybody else knows
Everybody else knows it. All right. Well, listen, we got the draft.
Sports.
We've got the draft.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got the draft. And then we've got the Blazers in the playoffs. It's already.
I missed the days of playing Tuesday. No one's even talking about the stupid game. We're busy yelling at the damn owner. Which boy,
discount Dundon back in the news.
Scrooge McDundon.
Bill Simmons and Zach Lowe, they called him El Cheapo, which I thought was good.
We're so stupid. We really are.
Why are we stupid?
We'll talk.
What did we do?
No, I'm just saying.
I didn't do anything.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, speak for yourself. I want a T-shirt.
I'm not stupid.
The pearl clutching right now.
All right. Well, can we avoid that?
Yeah.
For now.
Sure.
The first game did not go as planned.
I still like Scrooge McDundon is my favorite.
That is good.
And so we will discuss that next on The Fam. All right, it is time for the Brick City Breakdown. See what I did there?
You're so clever. How's that working out for you?
Well, great. I've been on the air for like 20 years.
I love it.
So it's going well. Seems it.
That's an underrated little giggle laugh right there. Thanks. I like that.
Well, the Blazers lost.
Yeah.
Game 1.
To the Defensive Player of the Year. That just happened, by the way.
Oh, he got it?
I clicked on ESPN to bring up the box score,
Yeah.
and it just saw it. San Antonio Stars Spur Victor Wembanyama.
Youngest ever to win DPOY, also unanimously won Defensive Player of the Year.
How old
First
is he?
ever. 22.
Yeah.
22.
He will win that award for 10 straight seasons if he stays healthy.
Yes. And he's one of the finalists for the MVP. I don't think he wins the MVP, but
Not this year.
yeah. You can make the argument. I mean, if they win the title, that's going to go back and you're going to look and be like, yeah, he's the best player in the league. He's the unquestioned if you're starting a franchise. I mean, it's not even a conversation.
Not young?
No. The big tariff, not quite. I mean, seriously, it would take. No. I don't care about Shea. Certainly, with age, with Giannis and Jokic, you can debate who's the best player in the NBA, but there is no debate. If you were starting a franchise, every team would take Victor, and it would take no time.
How on earth does basketball evolve past him? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You look at him play.
He's an outlier, I think.
And it must be, because it's like you look at him and go, look at what basketball has created. Like he's a really interesting player, not just because he's 7'4", but yeah, a lot because he's 7'4". But it's the things he can do at 7'4".
Yep.
And the game has kind of evolved that way. Like he is a product of how the game has evolved. And I just sitting there watching him going, what's next? Like a freaking 7'7" giant who
at some point
dribbles between his legs and knocks down threes?
Yeah, at some point the levers of the body like that.
Yeah.
And we'll see, by the way, if he stays healthy. I mean, that's the other thing, too, is you reach a certain point and, like, the human body just isn't meant to be that long. You got the weird levers and you get foot problems and back problems. And he's pretty unique if you've looked through, like, his workout regimen and he does yoga and all this stuff. Like, he has known since he was a kid that he is different and that he needs to take better care of himself than everyone else. So we'll see if this stays healthy. But in general, I do think, at least in human evolution, like you're gonna start running out of room for this. But I mean, we've seen.
Well, LeBron was kind of a freak.
LeBron was a freak, but again, these have always been there. Like Wilt and Shaq, and Kevin Durant is 7 feet. He doesn't list himself at 7 feet. He's 7 feet, and the guy can shoot over everybody. So he just to be 7'4", and as skinny as he is, he's put on weight. He doesn't look. It's not like Kevin Durant when he came into the league where it looked like he weighed 9 pounds. And just, I mean, when he went behind the back against Portland, you're just sitting there and you're like, what the, really? And he can jump. He's not like he's a flat-footed 7-footer. He puts his arm up. Denny went for a layup and had to hit a little floater, tried to go over the top of him. When Wemby extended, Denny had to hit the top of the backboard. Didn't go in, damn near came in, but I don't know if I've ever seen someone have to shoot a layup to the top of the backboard. So I do feel like, at least for the foreseeable future, this is the outlier. This is the, whatever you want to call it, the albino jaguar. Like this doesn't happen in nature except once every, so often. And he just, I don't think you're going to see it. Like we saw this with Ohtani. People are like, oh, the next Ohtani. No. It's going to be a while before you see the best hitter in baseball also be a top 5 pitcher.
Well, Wemby is the basketball Ohtani.
Yeah.
I mean, he is must-see TV. And the Blazers, they didn't shoot very well because they're not very good shooters.
No.
And that's ultimately what did him in. I think, I don't know. I think you needed to see like one quarter. You need to watch the first quarter and you're like, okay, Blazers offense, it's going to struggle. Not that they can't get hot at times.
Yeah.
Or win a game with some hot shooting, but their offense is that's.
I was talking with Stevie Fire Buckets over there.
It's not very good.
And we were just chatting before the show, and I think we were both kind of under the page of not one single thing surprised me.
That's pumping.
That game went about what you thought. Yeah. I thought it would be hard fought. I thought it would be competitive. You knew Portland would play hard. I think they'd give San Antonio some problems. And in the third quarter, they cut it to 2 and had the ball. But it just felt like every time Portland made a push, San Antonio had a jab that just kept them at bay, and they'd push it back up. I just think San Antonio is about 10 points better than Portland on any given night. But they're also not going to shoot 26% from behind the arc. They will get a game where they're going to shoot 40% from the line, and they'll beat San Antonio. And
from the three-point
line.
You're saying.
Yeah, they'll have a game where they hit like 15, 16 threes. They'll beat San Antonio by 3 or 4. But over the course of the series, outside of Denny, there's not going to be any easy buckets. And Denny didn't even really get easy buckets. He had the step-back jumper going a little bit. He's still going to get to the rim when he can. Denny was awesome. He was the second best player on the floor last night behind Wemby. He'll get his, but there's just not going to be easy buckets. And in order for Portland to win, they're just going to have to shoot lights out, and they're not a good three-point shooting team. And therein, I think, basically lies the series.
Yeah, I mean, the Spurs exposed the Blazers' worst parts of their roster, and that's just offensive creativity. Like, Scoot had a nice game, but he's not going to create for others. He still had 3 turnovers. Yeah. Shaedon Sharpe looks outmatched. Like, he looks like a kid playing against men. He gets pushed around. The Blazers have like 2 guys that can kind of dribble and create for other people, which is a problem against the Spurs because Wemby just attracts so much attention down low. Like, you can't score in the paint. If he's by the paint, you're not going to score. So you have to create for others. And that's just not Portland's strong suit. So you're right. So they're going to have to make 17, 18 threes in a game to win. Like, even last night, they shot 26% from 3. Had they shot 33, 34, they lose by, 5 points.
5 points.
So they're in the game. They can compete against this team. They're just not close to this team.
And the thing about 7-game series is this is where coaching and matchups matter. Regular season, they don't game plan much. Playoffs do. So Klingon was beyond ineffective. He only played 22 minutes, right? We saw how they were going to defend Wemby. That didn't work. Maybe nothing works, but what sort of adjustments now? Like, maybe that's the thing. The 2 things that I can take from this series is, 1, if Denny keeps showing up like he did in the game against the Clippers and he did in the play-in Tuesday, and if he gives you, what do you have, 30, 10, and...
Yeah, something like that.
30, 10, and some change?
He was awesome.
So if Denny keeps doing that, maybe you feel like, regardless of what happens in the series, you have a 1. Or maybe a very, very, very strong 2. And then I think, with Thiago, he may be coaching for his life at this point. See what you have, right? You are outmatched by San Antonio. Can you out-scheme the Spurs? Can you make some changes over these next 3 or 4 or 5 games, whatever? Can you make it difficult for San Antonio? And can you find ways to get easy buckets for your guys?
What if Thiago Splitter rips off his quarter zip and under it is a Blazers jersey and he checks in?
He's like, let's go.
He's like, let's do this. I can shoot, at least.
I would think, Jeremy was a no-show.
Look, they're not in the same league as the Spurs.
No, they are not.
The Spurs are, like, I don't hate them. Like, I thought I would. Mm-hmm. I thought I would watch them and go, God, this team.
Yeah.
I don't. They're pretty awesome.
I don't either. I was listening to the morning guys, and Dirt was already in full Dirt mode of just cursing the Spurs up and down. I'm with you.
Why?
He flopping, and he hates Wemby now. I find the Spurs to be...
How on earth can you hate Victor Wembanyama?
Just because he's going against your team.
Yeah.
Because there's no other reason to hate him, because he is a killer. Like, we all make fun of the NBA guys for not caring. He cares, dude, and he wants to whoop you.
Did he go 5 of 6 from 3 too?
Yeah. Watching him...
He's insane.
Watching him go to the rim is the most fascinating thing in sports right now, because he's too big to move through the lane the way he does, and then he's so far away from the hoop. You're like, why is he? And then he just reaches forward. It's like the scene in Space Jam where Jordan's arm just keeps going.
Yeah. And then he dunks.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute.
He's outside of the protected circle, and he just does this awkward little shimmy and then reaches out and he's at the rim, and you're like, what just happened?
He had one dunk where it was an alley-oop, and he dunked it and then landed on the floor, and he was still grabbing the rim. And my son's like, did he even jump? I don't think he did. Like, he doesn't have to.
Yeah, I can't take my eyes off him. I'm with you. I do not hate San Antonio.
I like them. And their guards, like, it's one of those things where Anytime anybody other than Wemby, if he's on the court, takes a shot, you're like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Hand it to this. Did you see who's standing next to you? But then they knock him down. Like, they go, did they draft all these guys?
They drafted Vassell, Castle, Harper. They traded for Fox.
Fox came over from Sacramento.
And there's another guy that I'd never heard of, some Champagne guy.
Champagne, he was like an undrafted guy.
God.
Shooter.
And Cornette had another one. I think he knocked
Cornette
out.
was awesome.
He hit 4 or 5.
But he's not a guard, is he?
No, I'm just saying he hit 4 or 5 for them. He just
comes in and is 7'2" and is a giant and dunks and blocks shots.
Yeah. They've hit on everybody.
Mm-hmm.
They have. And they have other young guys, too. Like Carter Bryant didn't even show up in that game. Like, he's another 19-year-old kid. Like,
they were talking about him.
Yeah, they have young dudes to go with Wemby.
More importantly, I was looking through the box score, and the key to this series, no one's talking about it. No, it's why San Antonio will win. Do you know what they're deploying in San Antonio? It's the Mason Plumlee model. Do you know Mason Plumlee is on the San Antonio Spurs?
No way.
Yes. They have Luke Cornett, white center, Kelly Olynyk, white center, Mason Plumlee, white center.
Mason Plumlee's at the end of their bench?
He is.
He is.
And I just learned that when I was watching the games. I was flipping through the box score, and I was like, son of a bitch. They're implementing the Mason Plumlee model. You can't lose. Also, can we talk about the fact that...
Well, let's give Neil Olshey a little credit.
Yeah.
He started the Mason Plumlee model.
I think it's really exciting.
He was ahead of his time. If San Antonio wins a championship, Neil deserves some credit for the Mason Plumlee model. But Kelly Olynyk, did you notice what he was doing out there? Did you notice what he was wearing? I
don't think he was ready to go in the game.
He was wearing ankle socks.
He was not ready to play.
I do not think that he expected to play.
No show.
No
show socks.
His ankles were not taped. Nothing. I believe he did not. That was my working theory. He did not plan on being in the game. He was sitting on the end of the bench in his warm-ups with nothing on, no show golf socks, and someone was like, hey, I need you to get in there. And he was like, dude, I'm not. I don't think he was wearing basketball shoes. I think he was wearing like Skechers walking flats. And they're like, hey, we need 1 minute out of you.
He's got the Pegasus on.
Ankle socks?
I actually think it's against the rules because you have to wear the NBA socks.
Never seen it before in my... Yeah. Does the NBA make no-show ankle socks? No one in the NBA plays without ankle braces or ankle taped. My man's out there in just a pair of Easy Strider socks. Holy hell. It's the Plumlee model, man. You can't beat that.
By the way, Mason Plumlee makes $3.3 million a year.
You're damn right.
What a gig.
Yeah.
What a gig. Yeah.
What's better, that or the backup quarterback? Mason Plumlee gig or backup quarterback
I'll take
gig?
Plumlee,
because you don't get hit.
Yeah.
You never play.
Dude, you're a backup quarterback and you go in there and it ain't going to be pretty. Mason Plumlee's just out there.
Plumlee's the fourth-string center behind Wemby, Cornette, and Olynyk.
What we need to find out is, does Mason Plumlee wear no-show ankle socks as well? Olynyk's a savage.
By the way, when they play Wemby and Cornette at the same time, they call it French vanilla.
I like where that's going. Well, French vanilla was combined. I think they missed. They went like 9 of 11 from the 3-point line.
Mason Plumlee career earnings, in case you were wondering, and I know you were,
$60 million,
$85 million.
Oh my God,
U.S. dollars.
Average NBA player is the best spot in
No
sports.
question. Not even average.
It's ridiculous.
Right, below average.
Just block a shot every once in a while. We'll pay you $3 million.
If you're tall, if you're 7 foot.
Silly.
Well, the Blazers lose. They do not cover the spread. They lost by 13. Almost covered the spread, but did not. Game 2 tomorrow. Wait.
No.
Yes.
Tomorrow at 5.
Tomorrow.
Is that on Prime?
It is, yes.
Yeah, it's on Prime. So if you thought it was a pain in the ass being on Peacock.
I know. It's the Prime ones always throw me for a loop. I'm like, where the hell is the game?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I got to go to Prime.
We had some trouble. Yesterday we were at a buddy's house and we were like, where the hell's the game? Peacock, and now it's on Prime, and we'll find it.
It's so hard for us. You know? The plight of the white sports fan.
I miss the days when it was just there.
We have to search for
it. It was on just NBC, guys.
Oh, it was?
Yes.
Was NBC and Peacock?
Yes.
See, mine
I watched it off the antenna.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He didn't have an antenna, so we had to go hunting for it.
My YouTube TV just kind of tells me what I should watch.
It's probably
and it happened to tell me about that game. I'm like, oh, there it is.
Probably for the best.
I'll watch it. Well, I like the Spurs. I don't hate the Spurs. And as a matter of fact, the other thing about that game, before we move on to Discount Dundon, is I loved the color scheme that they had going on. Like you mentioned, the T-shirts in each section.
Look good.
It looked great.
I don't know why they went away from that desert, whatever they call that, the Fiesta motif. That's a great
look.
Yeah. And when did Tim Duncan, that whole thing.
He's been like that for a few years.
Yeah. You like his dreads? I think he looks great.
I think he looks awesome.
That whole,
and he was high as a kite.
I was not prepared. You know, he's hanging out with Don Nelson somewhere. I don't know. Every time I looked down there and then they showed him, I just was like, wow.
Isn't that exactly what you would expect Tim Duncan at, I don't know, however old he is? Right?
He's like 50 something, right?
Like, what would you expect out of Tim Duncan?
I don't know.
Big fat drunk Tim Duncan?
I just wasn't. I knew he had kind of gone that way, but I just wasn't. I wasn't prepared.
I mean, is there a Venn diagram with dreads and weed?
I think, well, long hair, certainly.
Because when I see dreads, I think weed.
Well, white guy dreads.
Well, both.
Certainly. I think white, well, I don't know, man. It's a good call.
Well, look, when I saw Tim Duncan with dreads, I'm like, oh. Yeah. And then I watched him for literally 3 seconds. I'm like, oh, he's high as a kite.
Those eyes were dancing.
All right.
Sitting there with the Admiral.
Tom Dundon has managed to weasel his way back into the headlines, and the fans aren't having it. Again, the latest. Here is Steven.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, as the guys were talking about, Blazers lost to the Spurs yesterday, 111 to 198. Denny Advia 30 points though, and the loss. Next up is Game 2. It's going to be tomorrow, 5 p.m. on that one's actually on NBC Peacock. We said Amazon. It's on NBC Peacock. Spurs 11.5-point favorites in that one. And Victor Wembanyama of the Spurs, he was named Defensive Player of the Year. He just got named that. He is the youngest player in league history to ever win that award at age 22 and is the first ever unanimous DPOY. Brooklyn Nets, they have signed their head coach Jordi Fernandez and their entire coaching staff to a multi-year contract extension. UConn guard Solo Ball, he's going to undergo wrist surgery and will miss the entire 2026-27 season as a medical redshirt. Ball played in the national championship game with that injured wrist against Michigan, scoring 11 points. Dodgers closer Edwin Diaz, he's slated to undergo surgery to remove loose bodies in his right elbow. He's expected to miss about 3 months. Kicker Brandon Aubrey has agreed to a 4-year extension with the Cowboys that makes him the first kicker to earn $7 million per year and includes $20 million guaranteed with a signing bonus of over $8 million. And the 49ers and Trent Williams figured out their differences. They've agreed to a new 2-year, $50 million contract extension. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
All right. The Blazers new owner, Tom Dundon, is quickly distinguishing himself from Jodes and Paul.
Not sure in the way that people are liking.
No, the fans are upset, I see.
Some of this is
again
beyond ridiculous that people are freaking out, but some of it I get, but God, the overreaction is adorable.
Well, the latest is that he did not pay for the two-way players to go to the playoff game.
Yes.
And every team in the league does that.
Yeah. Because the
Blazers have 3 of them.
If you don't know, two-way players can only play up to 50 games. And like with Caleb Love, who was actually a real part of the Blazers, so was C.D. Sissoko, but they made his contract a full contract. Caleb Love did not, so he can't play down in the G League, but they would still, every other team would bring them to the playoff games. And Dundon apparently decided, in the cheapest cost-cutting move I've ever heard of, he didn't bring them, which is fascinating because you're literally talking about, you have your own plane, so it's not like a plane ticket. It would be a hotel room and some food. It's just a weird.
Oh, look, times are tough.
It's a weird. There's no savings to that. It's very strange.
That's the thing, is how much can it actually cost? Like, it can't cost a lot. They did it all season.
I wouldn't think so. You're talking about you're probably talking about a few $1,000s.
Is there?
We said this about the T-shirts, though.
Yeah. Could there be something else to it?
And this is why I would encourage everyone to please stop yelling and freaking out.
Never.
It's become national headlines.
Yeah, never.
It's like literally national journalists are covering this. And he's got names from Bill Simmons called him El Cheapo, Scrooge McDundon, Tommy Two Nickels,
Tommy Two Nickels.
Yeah,
I like that.
It's just. And by the way, none of this stuff is real yet. There's rumors of it, all this stuff. And when he bought the Blazers, if you had done any reading about him, this is just kind of who he is. He is a very frugal guy. He does not spend extravagantly on things, but he's also a guy that's been tremendously successful in the NHL. But people are freaking out because the coach, he hasn't hired a coach yet. People are freaking out about the T-shirts. You don't know what he's doing at the arena. Maybe it's better than T-shirts. The only this two-way player thing, had it not been broken by Hyken, no one would have known. None.
Can I say something very unpopular?
Yeah.
I know that I'm notably ducking after I say this.
Yeah.
No.
When I read that, I was like, well, why would the two-way players go in the first place?
You son of a bitch.
Yeah, I'm the worst person in the world. Yeah. To me, that makes total sense. But just because the rest of the league does it, everybody's flipping out. Some of this is kind of unfair, I think. Let me just say this. This is all you can say about Dundon. It's way too early to draw any conclusions.
Thank you.
I would say this, though.
No.
It is going to be an adjustment.
Yes.
Look, it is clear that we were spoiled, certainly with Paul.
Yeah.
Paul ran first class everything. Now, he also never won a championship.
No.
Okay, so equating running things the way you think they should be run and winning championships, it's a false, it doesn't correlate.
Yeah.
Jody was different than Paul. I'm starting to hear a little bit of lumping them in together. Mm-hmm. And I'm sorry, the Paul Allen regime was much better than the Jody Allen regime. Sure. Even though they were related. So Jode was just sort of an absentee landlord, but she kept a lot of the things in place that Paul did. Yeah. And so they would spend money.
Yeah.
This guy is going to be an adjustment.
Yeah.
Most owners would be. Because again, when Paul Allen owned the Blazers, at one point he was the richest owner in sports.
He was one of the richest men in the world.
So we got real spoiled by that. This guy will be different, but the only thing I can say right now is if it starts to creep into things like you're screwing over your star player because you don't want to pay him and he's going to leave, bit of a problem.
Yeah, absolutely.
The man says he wants to win. He wants to spend money on winning or do what it takes to win. You don't even have to spend money to win. You just have to be smart. Mm-hmm. As long as he is still trying to win, that is the number one goal. Who cares if the two-way players aren't on the bench, you morons? Who cares if you don't get a T-shirt? None of that really matters to winning. Now, if it starts to bleed over into putting the team, what team they put on the floor and paying the coach and things like that, then it's like, okay, then you've got a gripe. Otherwise, you're giving kind of loser vibes here by bitching about all
We always talk about how we hate pro athletes being spoiled, yet we want to spoil them at every turn. And so, like, I'm kind of with you, Rob. Like, I don't care that the two-way guys aren't there. I get that they're there for the team, and I think it would be cool if they're whatever. They have no impact on the game. The T-shirt thing I can kind of get behind with a fan because, look, it's the first time in years. Everyone's excited, but ultimately it doesn't matter. As long as he can put out a winner on the court, that's what's going to matter. And we're getting mad over things that have no impact over anything right now.
Like, a lot of this, too, is like it's rumors. Yeah. There's a rumor that he may cut the radio broadcast. He hasn't. He did in Carolina. Doesn't mean he'll do it here.
He might lowball the coach.
Yes. There's and a lot of these leaks are coming from inside the organization because people are scared. You know, the idea of like you know not staying in, making you check out earlier and not staying for an extra. That comes from employees that are bitching because it's inconvenient to them. And everything you read about this guy is he doesn't care about your feelings and he doesn't care about that perception. And he has said, I want to do everything I can to put every dime that goes on the floor or the ice. And to him, none of that other stuff matters. Now, if he creates the environment of a cheap organization with cheap facilities that players don't want to come to and that agents don't want to deal with them, and it becomes a toxic place, then yes, you have every right to be critical. Do I think it's great vibes that he's come in and decided to be Uncle Penny Pincher? No. I don't think that's the best first look, but I also think that we are literally making a mountain right now, not even out of a molehill, out of pure speculation on what he's doing. If he goes and hires a coach that no one's ever heard of with no experience because it's the cheapest guy in the world, you have every right to be suspicious of that and be like, are you serious? But until that guy actually gets on the court next year and we see that if he's a good coach or not, when Indiana hired Curt Cignetti, you could sit there and be like, what the hell are we doing? Turned out to be pretty good. You actually have to wait and see how this plays out. The only thing I have to go on with Dundon is well, two things. One, everything I read about him, he's kind of a shy guy and he's an ass. And he's very hard to deal with.
Shy ass.
Well, like, read through any profile. He's a shrewd business guy and he doesn't suffer fools and he's very analytical. The other thing is he does not like to lose. And since he's been in Carolina, and I get it, the NHL is completely different than the NBA, and God forbid, you know, you try to equate one to the other. But one is a professional sports league that's hard to win at, and the other one's a professional sports league that it's hard to win at. And you took a small market piece of crap team that hadn't done anything in years, and he's made them one of the most successful franchises while still being a shrewd, kind of penny pinching hard ass that pays his coach $2 million a year, whereas the best coaches in the NHL make $6 million a year, and yet they're the number one seed in the East. So for the love of God, can we please wait and see how this plays out before you start saying he's creating a culture here that no one can possibly succeed in? That's
so not true.
It's just bizarre.
Because that's probably the culture he's created in every one of his businesses.
Yes,
and he's wildly successful.
Yeah. The best part is when the press conference happened, we all are talking like, you know what, he can't lose this press conference. It's a guaranteed win. He's kind of lost everything since then. Like, fans have turned on him already. Yes. We were all so excited. We're like, this is a slam dunk win at the press conference.
That's the part that sucks.
It kind of didn't turn into a slam dunk, and now everything else.
I wish it wasn't like that.
We're being unfair to him.
I think so.
We're being unfair to him. We're
being very judgy.
It is way too early to be this judgy. It really is unfair. Now, I would say this. Who cares what he's like? Paul Allen was shy and weird. Yeah. This guy's shy and an ass. I don't care. Just be committed to winning. He says he's committed to winning. Yep. Be committed to winning. If the two-way players not being there or T-shirts, fewer T-shirts to fans helps you, I don't care. No one should care about any of that, man.
I know we're against it, but when we come back, I do want to talk about this a little bit because I do think I have a fairly interesting perspective on this because I only spent and I didn't spend any sort of real time, but I was for a year and a half, right? I was with two real teams, the Denver Broncos and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And do you know what those two teams at the time were known for? Denver was a first-class A-plus organization through and through. You know who is viewed as one of the cheapest,
Tampa Bay,
penny-pinching, crappy organizations?
Yeah.
And
the Gladwells?
The Gladwells.
Are they still the owners?
I thought they sold, but I'll...
Did they?
Glazers?
The Glazers.
Oh, the Glazers.
Yeah, sorry,
not
the Gladwells. The Glazers. It was the Glazer
thinking
family.
Malcolm.
I thought they sold, but All
right. But we'll get to that. Yeah. Yeah, we'll get to that.
Because I got to see it up close and what the difference between a first-class and a low-class organization was.
So let's get to that. We will be right back on The Fan. Well, it's not the game one loss that has us fired up. No. Who cares about that? I need my t-shirt. And I'm mad about it.
I love how...
And I'm privileged.
Yeah, someone on the text line said, he called us simps. And he's like, how much smoke do you have to see before you know there's a fire? Again, I would like to ask the question to anyone that's freaking out about this. What has happened? What specifically has happened that has an impact where you think that he has negatively affected? The only thing you can say is that it was kind of a slap in the face to Caleb Love to not take him to a playoff game. I'll give you that. That for a guy that actually meant something to you this year, that was what you would call a D move. Okay. So to the last player on the roster who's not really on the roster, he's kind of an ass. And to probably the guys like Damian Lillard and those guys, they probably walked up to her and like, yeah, man, that sucks. That's kind of a D move. You should be there with us. And then no one thought twice about it. Other than that, there hasn't been a single thing. Like, we don't know who the coach is. You don't know what they're going to pay the coach. You're freaking out over a t-shirt. He did towels instead of t-shirts or whatever they're going to do, just like he did in Carolina. Okay? So the fact that it's a towel and not a t-shirt, you now have an owner that you can't possibly win. Like what? And the other one is that he wants public money. That is literally every owner in professional sports that insists on public money to build a new stadium. So again, what is this smoke? What is it about this to where this guy is going to come in that's been successful in everything he's done, including sports, and now because he's known as a hard-ass business guy that doesn't suffer fools or likes to waste money, while that may be not the most popular character in the room, why are we freaking out? What are we freaking out about?
The one thing that would be smoke would be the coach.
And we don't know.
But that's what I'm saying. In the NHL, the Hurricanes, he hired a cheaper coach that was unproven, that was with the developmental team and Rod Brindamore.
Yeah.
Right? And so I think that would be the one thing is he did go cheap on the coach.
Can I also point out that, yes, while he went cheap on that coach, and Rod still doesn't get paid what the best coaches in the NHL get paid. So again, this is my point. If you went and found, if we go as the Blazer organization, if they go and find a guy for $1 million or $1.5 million, right?
Let's just say they hired the G League coach.
Hire the G League coach. Pay him $1 million. Just like they hired Rod Brindamore, who, by the way, was a local legend. He won a Stanley Cup with Carolina. So what if they go and find an ex-player, right? Somewhere in the NBA, you go find the next whatever. Steve Kerr, for instance, like when he was an analyst. You go find that guy that won a bunch of titles as a role player. You pay him $1 million. Who's to say in 5 years that guy isn't one of the best coaches in the NBA, just like Rod Brindamore is one of the best coaches in the NHL? Now, if you say at some point you don't want to pay to retain him and he goes somewhere else, then you have every right to say that he's a cheap ass. Every single right to say that guy is an absolute cheap ass. But the idea that you're freaking out because he doesn't want to pay $5 million for a retread coach or $8 million for a Mike Malone, you're just talking out of your ass. You have no idea who he's going to hire or if that guy's any good. It's just
going cheap.
It's a silly argument.
Going cheap does not mean it's wrong.
No.
Like this is the other thing that how many examples in sports do you have to see of teams overspending
New York Mets
and never winning?
Phoenix Suns.
I mean, it happens all the time.
Yeah.
So I don't even get the argument really, other than maybe they're scared that an environment will be created where free agents or players won't want to play here. But newsflash, they already don't want to play here.
No kidding.
They just don't have a choice. Sometimes they don't have a choice. Like, when's the last time the Blazers got a huge free agent?
It doesn't happen.
And they were rolling out the red carpet. So I'm sorry, what?
Isn't Brian Grant? Is he like the most high-profile free agent they've ever gotten?
And what year was that?
Right.
So it's like that's not a factor.
No.
So all this is, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's insanity.
And Dundon even said he knows that superstars win. So if he goes in and gets a superstar,
he's going to pay him.
He's going to pay him. You have to.
Again,
that's the thing.
If Denny's contract comes up and you decide that he's too expensive and you're going to deal him, then
mad.
Then flay the guy. If a free agent or people come around in a couple years and say, hey, man, we don't want to deal with Portland because Dundon is just an ass to deal with and he gives out unfair contracts, then kill him. But you don't. You are literally taking the bait of panicking about something that hasn't happened based on pure speculation of a guy who has been frugal, that you knew was frugal when this happened. Now, I said all along, given the choice with a new owner, I wanted a guy with ridiculously, give me the Larry Ellison of the world. I wanted Steve Ballmer. I wanted the guy who just said, cool, I'll build you a new arena. I don't care. It didn't happen. So, okay, I'm gonna give the guy a chance who's built one of the better teams in the NHL in a small market on a shoestring budget.
Okay.
Give him a chance.
All right, let's take a break.
And then be critical if it doesn't work.
And when we come back, we'll talk about we'll bitch more about you bitching.
Well, I want to ask about, I want to mention the Tampa Bay and Denver, because I saw two organizations that were run completely differently. One was really good and one was really bad. Guess which one won a Super Bowl when I was there?
I know where you're going. We'll get to that next on The Fan.
is Primetime with Isaac. This is Primetime with... Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
All right, there we go. First on the Fan. Portland Trailblazers lose to the Spurs last night in Game 1. Denny Avdia 30 points against the Spurs, but Game 2 will be tomorrow on Tuesday, but they'll be going up against the Spurs and the Defensive Player of the Year. Victor Wembanyama named the 2025-26 DPOY. He's the youngest player in league history to win the award. He's also the first ever unanimous Defensive Player of the Year. Brooklyn Nets, they have signed their head coach Jordi Fernandez and their entire coaching staff to multi-year contract extensions. UConn guard Solo Ball, he's going to undergo wrist surgery. He's going to miss the entire upcoming 2026-27 season with a medical redshirt. Ball actually played in the national championship game against Michigan, scoring 11 points with that wrist injury. Dodgers closer Edwin Diaz, he's slated to undergo surgery to remove loose bodies in his right elbow. He's expected to miss about 3 months. Kicker Brandon Aubrey, he's going to agree to a 4-year extension with the Cowboys. It's going to make him the first kicker to earn $7 million per year. Includes $20 million guaranteed with the signing bonus of $8.25 million. And the 49ers and Trent Williams figured out their differences. They've agreed to a new 2-year, $50 million contract extension. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the Georgia Coy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call Georgia Coy at warrenallen.com.
All right, welcome back to Hour 2 of our radio show here on 105.1 The Fan. That is what you're listening to. 105.1 The Fan, Isaac and Suk, and we are bitching about Tom Dundon and his. So here are the 3 things, because people keep asking, not everybody's up on all this.
Yeah.
There are 3 things that have occurred with Tom Dundon, and none of them are truly tangible. They're just kind of like reports.
Yes.
But the first one was he's really pretty frugal, and he doesn't like to pay coaches the market rate.
Yes.
Okay, but nothing has occurred. It's just that's just a preference.
Yeah.
The second one was it came out last week that the Blazers would not be putting T-shirts on everyone's seats for Game 3 of the playoffs.
They are doing something, more than likely towels, just like they did in Carolina. So the difference between T-shirt and towels seems to be the one that has broken people.
Yeah, the city collectively lost its mind.
We can't handle it.
I was stunned at how many people were really attached to the T-shirts. And they're serious.
It's not a
freaking
joke.
T-shirt.
It made national headlines.
So then that was like, okay, then the Blazers had to come out Friday and be like, oh, no, we're doing something. Just wait. It'll be great. So they're probably scrambling, but whatever. Okay, that was the next one.
Yeah.
And we know that they did cut T-shirts.
Well,
I mean,
I know they weren't doing T-shirts. Whether they were doing towels all along, which was probably more than likely because that's what Carolina did.
But do we know if they're doing towels? We don't know.
No, but that seems to be the rumor is that Raleigh towels will be at Game 3.
So also rumors. Okay,
Yes.
And then the third one was, this is tangible. It came out over the weekend. Sean Highkin had it, that the Blazers are the only team in the league to not pay for their two-way players to go to the road playoff games.
Yeah.
That includes 3 players, and somehow we've turned that into a slight of Caleb Love, which I'm sure if Tom Dundon were sitting right here, he would say, well, play better, make the team, and then you can travel.
I would also like to point out that had that not been broken by Sean, great job, by the way, no one would have known and no one would have cared. But again, because something got out, now we have a collective outrage.
What I think fans are doing is they're putting all of those together, and they're now sort of we're overly freaking out about something we don't even know.
You forgot, too, that now employees on the road have to check out by 11 o'clock instead of getting an extra day.
That's right.
There's that.
And I'm pissed about it.
You sons of bitches. And then people are scared that he may cut the radio broadcast and simulcast it because, again, for no reason other than that's what he did in Carolina. Therefore, the radio crew is going to be fired, and then that's awful.
Now,
again, all rumor is...
And from my sources, they're afraid they might cut their free lunches at work also.
Oh, yeah, we forgot about that.
Right.
The Blazers,
that's a rumor too.
The Blazers get free lunch for their staff a couple days a week. And
which, by the way, who the hell gets free lunch?
The Blazers.
The free lunch is over.
And,
Blazers.
Actually, it's not. There's just a fear that the free lunches are over.
Well, but
it's all fear-based.
And by the way, every one of those things, from a business sense, makes total sense. Like... Who the hell gets a free lunch? You have been riding the coattails of the Allen family for far too long. Get in the real world, man.
Give me back my T-shirt.
So anyway, Glazers. The Glazers at Tampa, and then the Waltons. Is that what it was? No, the Waltons own it now. Back then it was
Pat Bowden, I think. Right? Was that his name? Pat.
Yeah, I remember who you're talking about.
Yes.
So he was the owner of the Broncos.
Yes. He died and he sold it too. Yeah, it was Pat Bolin, sorry.
Bolin.
It's been a long time and Bolin was a first-class owner through and through. And the Glazers were cheap asses through and through.
Notorious.
So I got to experience both. I got to see what a first-class organization was in Denver. We had a phenomenal indoor facility, one of the first of its kind from back in the day. First-class strength and conditioning coach, maybe the best. I mean, that was those old Broncos like run games were built on their strength and conditioning staff. That guy invented NFL strength and conditioning. Phenomenal facilities, meals catered for you 3 times a day, morning, noon, night, beautiful spread, whatever you wanted. Travel, first class, your own room, all that stuff. It was phenomenal. And then I went to Tampa, and they had the worst facilities I've ever seen in my entire life. If you saw the Buccaneers facility, they called it the woodshed. The weight room was so bad and so small that they had to take some of the stuff and put it outside, and in the Tampa heat, it all rusted because they wouldn't pay for like the weights that didn't rust in humidity. So you had to wear weightlifting gloves so you didn't get rust all over your hands. I mean, it was embarrassing. When it rained too hard or thunderstorms, we didn't have an indoor practice facility. We were by the airport, though, and this is a hand-to-God true statement. We would either go inside and have meetings because there was no space, or we would walk over to the Tampa airport and we would have walkthroughs in the parking garage of the Tampa International Airport. That is what we did. By the way, it wasn't uncommon for you not to get paid on time, and that was because they like to keep that money in escrow for an extra day or two to accumulate more interest. So a lot of times you didn't get paid when you were supposed to get paid, and they'd be like, yeah, it'll come the next day. That's how cheap they were. Nothing was free. Nothing. The big one in the NFL was everyone gave you free. This was the one that pissed everyone off. Like in Denver, in most places, you got free tobacco. They would just stack Copenhagen, like long cut, and all your favorites.
Wow.
In Tampa,
I want to play there.
They had it, but when you took it, they kept record of it and they charged you for it. Yeah. And guys would get super pissed. Like these were all things that went on in Tampa. And now Denver was really successful, and obviously they won a couple, not when I was there. But when I got to Tampa, that cheap-ass organization, they did this thing called win a Super Bowl. And by the way, at the Super Bowl, they like the way they got, you could decide what you wanted to do with your practice squad players, whether you wanted to bring them with you, do you want to get them in your own room, did you want to get them Super Bowl rings, all that. And most organizations treated them one way. Guess which way the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did? They didn't care about us. And we practice squad players got crapped on at every turn. Now, did that make it to where people were wary of signing a free agent deal with Tampa? Sure. Is it the place when you were a young guy and your agent would be like, hey, buckle up, Tampa's going to be a little rough? Did it ever stop them from accumulating talent? No, because you can only pay so many players. And when you get traded, Keyshawn Johnson, like, ended up there. Like, Warren Sapp, those guys, like, Those guys got paid because they were really good. Free agents went there because Tampa would offer them better contracts and they were a winning team and people wanted to go there and win. So would you rather be an organization that's known as being first class and being really good? Yes, you absolutely would. But this idea that if you spend a bunch of money and you're the organization that spends on every little thing, that it automatically makes you good, and maybe being one that isn't necessarily the best run means you're bad. No, because Tampa had a good GM and they had a good coach, and that was able to overcome all that other crap. Facilities don't win championships. They really don't. Fan experiences, while it's nice for you and we want you to have a better fan experience, we want everyone to have a better experience. Ultimately, we're freaking out about things that, one, that haven't been done, and two, don't necessarily equate to winning or losing.
That's the key to me.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember what Chauncey's first contract was?
It was nothing.
$2 million.
Yeah.
So
you're a loser.
Yeah, he was a loser. So that, I mean, if you don't think Dundon's going to spend $2 million, or if he spends $1 million, they can sign a guy that's better than Chauncey at a lesser rate than what Chauncey got. And we weren't all freaking out, be like, "Oh, Chauncey underpaid. They went cheap," because the normal average rate is $4 million. So look, Jody was cheap too. Paul spent all the money, but everyone's cheap a lot of times when you're a new owner, you're trying to save a little bit of money, and you can still find good coaches that way.
And by the way, he may just be one of those guys that occasionally piss. Like, I think the not bringing the players, I think it's a crappy move.
It's actually pretty neat.
But it sounds like everything I've read about him, he does things at times that pisses people off, and he doesn't care. But you're just going to...
We just... Okay. Now I'm tired of bitching about other people bitching. Listen, I don't think it should be the fans' concern.
What about this series?
I don't think it should be the fans' concern how an owner chooses to run his business. I understand, though, the trepidation, or like, you don't want to end up being that franchise that's completely irrelevant.
Yes.
Because your owner is so cheap. That's what they're worried about. And unfortunately, there's really, like, it's way too early to go there. As long as the priority is winning, like you say, winning and losing games, your priority should not be losing games. Yeah. I mean, if your main priority is winning and you're spending enough or doing the things that it takes to win, that's all fans should care about. It's almost like we know too much now about how owners operate. Like, remember back in the olden days before social media, when you really didn't, half the time fans didn't even know who the owner was. Nope. Not even kidding. Like, who's the GM? I don't know. Nope. But so we're getting a little too meddly here.
Yes. And freaking out over something that hasn't even happened yet.
It's going to be different under Tom Dundon. That is clear. But none of that has anything to do with the number one priority, which is winning. And that should be your priority as a fan. That appears to be Tom Dundon's priority because that's what he says. All the other stuff, you need to kind of...
Take the cob out?
Well, yeah, it's like...
And the panicking?
It's not your business.
No.
I know you're a fan. So I think that if there's one thing we've learned today, it's that maybe this show will tell you when there's something that's like, okay, that's bad.
100%.
That's a red flag.
Yeah.
So far, it hasn't happened.
No.
Since you and I are on the same page on this. So we'll keep an eye on Dundon. How about that?
Yeah.
We're going to be the watchdog for Tom Dundon. We're watching you discount
Also,
Dundon.
dare I say, towel is more useful than T-shirts. If we get a towel, I'll be more excited.
I just can't get over the fact that the towel versus T-shirt is the reason why that we should be worried that the new owner is somehow an idiot.
Bad or good.
It's shocking. I guess it's not shocking, it being here.
Well, the second they're good, no one will talk anything about this.
Thank you.
Okay?
I will. I'll bring it up.
Well, okay, you probably will. If I know you, you probably will. But if they start sucking over the next 5 years, this is going to stay at the top of the list for people.
Or if they do a lot of stuff that pisses you off as a fan as far as the game experience goes, then again, you have every right to bitch, but nothing has happened. Not a damn thing. But if he gets you a new arena and then he builds up the rose quarter around it and you go there and you get in better and there's better access to bathrooms and you have a good product on the field, are you really going to be upset if he's cheap when it comes to a radio broadcast? Or that he just...
See, that's another one that makes total sense to me.
It does. It's not popular.
I love Travis Demers. But who the hell listens to the Blazers on the radio? And of course, here's going to be people like, oh my God, I listen all the time. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. It's not just about you. It's a numbers game. Yeah. And I would imagine that the numbers don't pencil anymore.
He is an analytical
guy.
He
knows that. Yep. Like, again.
And by the way, wait until he does it until you get mad about it.
Oh, yeah. What if he expands it?
Well,
then
exactly.
What are we going to bitch about?
Just let the man breathe a little bit, and then based on what he does, judge him.
Okay, coming up next,
it's such a
it's
hard
time for our
concept.
stock watch, what we're buying and selling from the weekend in sports. All right, it is time for Stack Quatch. Running behind, so we're going to have to get to it. Here's
get to going.
Here's our man, Steven.
All right, let's change gears a little bit here. We talked about a lot of Blazers. Fine, we'll go Blazers then. Blazers shot 26% in the game from 3.
Switch gears.
All right, switch gears. Fernando Mendoza, he's going to be the number 1 overall pick in the NFL draft, if you guys didn't know. And this is NFL draft week, all week.
Yeah.
But there are questions right now if there's going to be another quarterback drafted in the first round. The only other guy really likely would be Ty Simpson out of Alabama. But right now, according to DraftKings, Ty Simpson hasn't applied. 66.7% chance of being drafted in the first round. But remember, the last couple seasons, we've had Will Levis, Malik Willis, Shedeur Sanders, all guys that were projected to be in the first round and then dropped out of the first round. Buy or sell, the NFL is less quarterback happy now if you're a questionable prospect when it comes to the draft, and Ty Simpson will fall out of the first round of the NFL draft.
No, I disagree. In fact, I think there's only been like 2 years over the last, whatever it is, 20-something, where only one quarterback was selected. I do think, the idea that they're less quarterback happy. I think there's more ideas of the Sam Darnolds and the reclamation projects, but make no mistake about it. The NFL is about finding a quarterback, and plus in the first round, you get that 5th year of control. Someone will take a quarterback in the back half. The only one I remember, I think EJ Manuel, I think at one point, he was the only quarterback taken. That was in 2014, 2015.
He was the only quarterback, what? In that draft, he was the only
I think he was the only first-round quarterback. Huh? It doesn't happen.
What a bad class that was. Yeah. Was there anybody good in that class?
I'd have to look. That just doesn't happen very often, so someone will get antsy, someone will get, as you stated, quarterback happy, and they'll make a, whether it's silly or not, someone in 29, 30, or they'll move up to 32 and grab, whether it's Ty Simpson or one of the other guys. Someone will grab someone in the first round. History tells us that.
They always do.
They always do.
Stevie Fire, Stevie Buckets. They always do. And they always reach.
Yeah, there's always a lot of reaching.
So, no, I sell.
All right.
In your face.
Fine.
How about that?
Well, how about this one? Aaron Rodgers.
Well, you want to talk about something real quick? I wanted to look at this. I think in 2022, the only quarterback taken in the first round was Kenny Pickett.
That was the Malik Willis draft.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, Kenny Pickett was the only quarterback. You want to talk about a bad quarterback class? I give you that.
Yeah, because Purdy was by far the best one in that one.
Yeah.
He was the final
pick. Does happen, but not very often.
Ooh, can I? Yeah. Sorry. I know, Steven. I know.
Sheesh. No.
EJ Manuel, 16th to the Bills in 2013.
Yeah. Okay, so I was a couple years off, but
Geno Smith,
2nd rounder.
Mike Glennon, Matt Barkley.
Oh my God.
Ryan Nassib, Tyler Wilson, Landry Jones, Brad Sorensen, Zach Dysert, BJ Daniels, and Sean Renfree.
That may be the biggest ass quarterback draft of all time.
There's no way a quarterback class is worse than that.
It's just cheeks.
Geno is by far the best.
Geno.
But he fell out of the first. He was supposed to be a first rounder. He fell in the second round. So.
A lot of cheeks in that.
A lot of cheeks in that one. That was a cheeky class. Well, guy that's not cheeks. Well, he wasn't cheeks in his career. Aaron Rodgers. He has added again, guys. Steelers have not heard from Aaron Rodgers as what he wants to do for 2026. Now, the Steelers also said they don't expect a decision before the NFL draft, before round 1, but that is a dramatic change from what Art Rooney said back last month in Arizona, which his quote was, "I fully expect we'll get an answer before the draft," end quote. Well, they will not be getting an answer from Aaron Rodgers. Right now, the only quarterbacks on the roster, Will Howard, Mason Rudolph, as we head into the NFL draft. So buy or sell, guys. Aaron Rodgers will not be the starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers in week 1 of the regular season.
I think he will. I think he loves this horse crap drama, and I think he'll come crawling back. And
will the Steelers welcome him back?
I think so, because what else are you doing? I mean, you're going through a rebuild.
Will
anyways,
Howard, I guess.
Will Howard. Yeah, I don't have a strong opinion about this one way or another, but something tells me that when he's done, it won't be I think you'll know that he's done. I think he just has danced this stupid one in, one out for too long, and so I guess I'll just lean on that he'll come back.
Well, the GM came out and he said, we've talked to him, we've communicated with him, he knows that we want him, and we know where I don't know, I think behind the scenes, they probably have a better idea than is out there.
They just have to placate his dumbass.
We'll see if they draft Ty Simpson in the first round, and if they do that, well, then he's gone.
Unless he wants to, I mean.
Or they just sit him behind Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think he will be there, yeah. I'm with Suk on that. So there you go. I'm just trying to be fast.
Yeah, okay.
Do you have more?
We probably should go. I can give you one more if you want, but it's not a good one.
Fast.
Right.
What do you mean it's not a good one?
It's just not my best work. Because we talked about, it was going to be about Dundon, and I had to switch on the fly.
Oh.
We talked about Dundon for like 4 seconds.
We already Dundon.
Let's see how adaptable you are.
Yeah, so Blazers, they shot 26% from 3
Yeah.
Last night. Wemby dominated. Denny, 30 points. But the Trailblazers, 34% in the regular season. If they made a couple threes, would have been a closer game. Buy or sell, guys. Trailblazers win a game in this series.
Yes.
Oh, they'll win one.
They'll win one.
They'll win one.
They'll hit a game. There will be a game.
Sweep.
They'll hit a game where they'll hit like 16 of them, and they'll shoot like 40%, and it'll be enough to win. And 5 games.
Gentlemen sweep. I think they're going to need some help from the Spurs. I think there'll be a game where the Spurs have their head up their ass.
Yeah. They'll get one of them in Portland.
Spurs are a young team.
Maybe even when Wemby will rest.
Yeah. I don't know if it'll be 3 or 4, but they'll
I actually think if the Spurs are up 3-0, they may sit Wemby for game 4.
That's what I mean. Yeah. And then the Blazers will win, and then Tom Dundon will do something to piss everyone off, and we'll have the same show that week that we had today.
Yeah.
Writes itself.
Yeah.
Perfect.
There you go.
It's so easy, this job.
Easy peasy. Good thing Tom Dundon, he'll cut your ass. He'd take one look at you and your bloated salary and be like, nah, he'd cut.
Yeah, what do you think he thinks of this program?
I've already been cut.
Expendable.
You did get cut from the,
Yeah, I've already been cut.
Yeah.
We've both been cut from the Blazers.
Yeah. The only one that hasn't been cut yet is you,
Come on, Suk.
Boom. You want my hot Blazer? Bring me on, Blazers pregame.
Hey, dude, apply for the coaching job and then get cut from there. Let's go.
Goldberg-Jones, when it comes to divorce, custody, or child support issues, trust Goldberg-Jones to help. Call 1-800-DIVORCE. Phone questions answered at no charge. In the News is next. Not something you see every day. We'll start there. Here's Steven.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, as we just talked about right there, San Antonio Spurs beat the Blazers last night on Sunday, 111-98. Victor Wembanyama dominated in the game, hit 5 of 6 from deep. Denny Avdia, 30 points for the Trailblazers. Game 2 is tomorrow, 5 p.m. tip. But Victor Wembanyama for the Spurs also won the 2025-26 Defensive Player of the Year. He's the youngest player to ever win that award in league history. He is also the first ever unanimous Defensive Player of the Year. Brooklyn Nets, they have signed their head coach Jordi Fernandez and their entire coaching staff to a multi-year contract extension. Kicker Brandon Aubrey, he has agreed to a 4-year deal with the Cowboys that make him the first kicker to earn $7 million per year. It also includes $20 million guaranteed with a signing bonus of over $8 million. The 49ers and left tackle Trent Williams, they have figured it out with each other. They have agreed to a new 2-year, $50 million contract extension to keep Williams with the 49ers. UConn guard Solo Ball, he's going to undergo wrist surgery. He'll miss the entire 2026-27 season as a medical redshirt. Ball actually played with the wrist injury in the national championship game, scoring 11 points against Michigan. And Dodgers closer Edwin Diaz, he is slated to undergo surgery to remove loose bodies in his right elbow. He's expected to miss about 3 months. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks, don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Let's get right to it. It is April 20, 2026. It is time now for In the News. I'm your noted and humble newsman. Hello. What if I talk like this for the rest of the show?
It's like you're trying to do some sort of...
What?
Kermit the Frog meets Ed Sullivan combo there. A really big show.
It's brought to you by the Advocates, injury attorneys at advocateslaw.com. 420, dude. Did you smoke weed today?
I did not.
Why not? It's 420.
Yeah.
And do people at 420 on 420 get doubly high?
That would be my guess. Yeah, the idea of, like, I get it, but who's, like, smoking weed at 10 o'clock on a Monday morning? Yeah, that's not going to work for me.
It's not going to work for me, dog.
No. Dog. Yeah, that's just... I don't understand the everyday weed guy. That's a bridge too far. But hey, man, to each their own.
It is National Cheddar Fries Day.
Oh, like cheddar cheese sauce, or you melting some?
Yeah, I think that's right. And I got to tell you, I'd rather have
just a nice
regular fries.
Yeah, give me a nice crinkle cut fry, maybe some.
I don't need cheddar.
Maybe some nice, like a Cajun seasoning or something. But yeah, I don't. Plus, when you do any sort of sauce on a fry, it's good for about a minute, and then all the fries just become really soggy and kind of gross. Especially the ones at the bottom. Yeah. That's no good. Get it out of here.
So today, for a day, we celebrate cheddar fries. Yeah. It is also Patriots Day. I'm seeing more. What?
Patriots. Boy, that's an interesting term.
I know.
Boy, you want to talk about terms that have been hijacked.
Yeah, it's true. I saw not one but two automobile company ads.
Sure.
Over the weekend.
Yeah.
Because, we're getting towards the summer months where they do the big 4th of July and all that. And they were, both of them, one was Dodge Ram. I don't remember the other one.
Yeah.
They were clearly targeting the Patriot guy.
Yeah.
To put his flag on the back of his truck.
If you want to talk about a term that growing up, that now has a completely different meaning, I would take patriot. If you consider yourself a patriot, you obviously use the word tyranny in everyday conversation an awful lot. And quite frankly, I don't want to hang out with you at a party.
You mean like Brandon Tyranny of sports radio fame?
Clearly.
Remember that guy?
Yeah. I'm good.
You're good.
Get out of here, people's definition of patriot is shifted a little bit over the years.
Not if you listen to Dodge Ram. They're going right after him. You're like, America, this is what you want.
T-Rex, yeah.
I do like that Dodge Ram, though.
Yeah, nice truck.
It's a nice truck.
Yeah. I'm not a truck guy, though, so. Just a soy boy electric driving.
I know. What a turd. What a lib turd.
Lib turd.
You are.
It's a good term.
So this is not something you see every day. Up there in your neck of the woods, Vancouver, SR-14 was blocked for a few hours over the weekend after a small plane made an emergency landing.
Yeah.
This was Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, I saw the kerfuffle there. I had to go. I had to go around it.
No.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I went the wrong. I went the other way because I saw that the freeway was, as you would say, screwed overed.
Well, I think you said that.
Kind of got screwed over. That's right.
The Cessna plane landed on State Route 14 at milepost 2 near Marine Park Way and Portco Tunnel. So that's right there where they have all that new stuff. Isn't there a bunch of new stuff down there?
And if they had just gone a little further, there is an airstrip right there.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, there's an airstrip right there, but
you're right.
I'm guessing if you have an emergency, it's like like with Sully, they were like, just make it back to the airport. He's like, well, I can't.
He was a show off though. He's like, no, I'll just put it down on the water.
This is where
watch this.
So, my buddy's kid is he's trying to be a pilot. So he's in pilot college right now, and he said I think it's all single engine planes have to follow freeways because that way you can always emergency land on one. You have to have a road. Underneath you. It has to be accessible. You can't go flying off into the wild blue yonder over some mountains and whatnot.
According to the Vancouver Fire Department, the plane had experienced a mechanical issue after departing from Pearson Field. The pilot was the sole person on board. He was not injured. The plane did not hit any vehicles.
That's crazy.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I wonder, I'm assuming all the planes or all the cars saw the plane and was like, maybe we should get out of the...
Well, there's that.
Get out of the way.
But still, that's
Yeah. There's video of it. You can see it.
What if he like put on his blinker and then just pulled into Applebee's?
There's not an Applebee's there, but there's like a Red Robin right there. Maybe
there you go.
You'd have gone that, or
he was like, well,
need some clucks and fries.
It's kind of crazy because like when you see the video, there's people just going around him, and it's not like all the cars stop. I mean, he lands.
No, he lands on the road and then taxis over to the shoulder. It's like, all right, gets out of the plane, does a couple stretches.
Like the people
emergency flashers.
Like the people that can't be bothered. They're like, get the hell out of the way, man.
Yeah, he's like sitting on the side of the road talking on his phone.
Yeah.
Calling his insurance company. Hey, just land on the road here.
What do I do here? Can I get a tow?
Yeah, the airfield is right there. He just couldn't.
What a loser.
This is better to land where you know you control it as opposed to making a hard left there with no power.
Those guys are total losers.
Okay, coming up next, a very hard topic, Jace. Central Catholic and racism.
Oh, no.
We will get to that next on The Fan. All right, this is In the News for April 20, 2026. We've got some bad stuff going down at Central Catholic.
Uh-oh.
Where's Joey Harrington?
Nothing's ever bad happening with Catholics, right?
What? Where's Harrington now?
What?
Awful talkative on Friday, not today.
I haven't seen this. What happened at Central Catholic?
Okay, it's not good, fella.
Talk to me.
Students at Central Catholic High School stayed home today as administrators responded to an incident involving racial hate speech by a member of the school's baseball team.
Oh boy.
The school canceled in-person classes Monday and Tuesday, shifting students to online learning while staff determined how to address the situation and support students.
Right, so someone said something racist to them and they had to shut down school?
This was my initial thought.
Is that a little...
But did you hear anything we were talking about during the break at all?
No.
Okay.
No.
You weren't paying attention?
No.
Well, there's a lot more to this story. Because that was my initial thought.
Yeah, it's like... I mean, look, I don't... That's obviously
yeah, that
very
seems
bad,
a lot.
But,
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone needs to stay home and think about what they...
Discipline the kid. Let's all go back to school.
Yeah.
Okay, kids are missing too much school as it is.
Sure.
But apparently this is this has escalated to something bigger there. Lorena Salazar, who works at the front counter of Baby Doll Pizza in Southeast Portland.
Good pizza.
Says, I'm pretty upset and hurt by this news. The restaurant, located near the school, was noticeably quieter than usual during the Monday lunch hour. Staff said the spot is typically crowded with students. The incident came to light after the baseball team issued an apology for racial hate speech used by one of its players during a pregame cheer. In response, the school and players forfeited 2 games. Central Catholic, in a statement, said, last week we learned that racial hate speech was used by a member of our baseball team during a pregame cheer. This language is offensive, harmful, and in direct conflict of who we are as a school and community.
Okay.
The school said it launched an internal review and took immediate action, forfeiting an April 16th game against Barlow, and then April 17th as well.
Do we know what was said?
Yes, but we're not going to say it.
Okay. Still not understanding why we all need to take multiple days off school and...
I'm too close to the situation.
So let me just see if am I missing something?
Yes,
so
you are.
One terrible little rat-ass punk kid in the middle of a cheer said something horrific. Said the N-word, said something, I don't know, said something very derogatory, obviously, that was pretty crappy. So you punished an entire team, and then you made everyone at school stay home because one jackass is a little racist bastard.
What if it wasn't one jackass, though?
Okay, so if it was an entire team that was going along with it and was laughing, then
what if he were coaxed? What if it's a bigger
like a hazing type of thing?
Yeah,
almost.
what if it's a bigger problem than one kid?
Well,
yeah.
And now you've got kids who are like that's bad, dude. Like
it's not good.
And it's just the tentacles.
Okay, so
other kids, social media, name calling.
So obviously this is something that is much bigger than one kid.
It's quite sensitive.
Okay.
Quite sensitive.
Okay.
And so we'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
We'll keep you updated.
Because the kids.
I just find it odd. I don't know. I just find it odd that an entire school had to get shut down for multiple days because of that. But again, I'll be fair to the situation. Obviously, I don't know. Sounds like Steven's close to it, so he's privy to some stuff. So I'll just
shut up.
I'll slowly back away.
Back off, Coach Vaughn. We all support her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's coach there.
Not a baseball though. She's not the baseball.
She's
coach.
not the baseball coach.
I don't like painting with broad brushes. So if there are people responsible for it, suffer some consequences. But if you have an entire school,
Well, then you got a whole thing of
I mean, who
is really responsible?
Who's liking? Who's sharing? Who's spreading it?
Right, and who hasn't done anything about it, or so it's not good. So a couple days, get your minds right over there. Let's get back to learning on Wednesday. I want some science in your heads.
Come on,
Wednesday.
Rams.
Yeah.
Come on, Rams. Let's go. Get your stuff together.
So you're telling me, is a private school full of wealthy kids, mostly white, have a tendency to be think that it's funny and clever to be racist? Little S-heads.
That is in the news, April 20, 2026, brought to you by the Advocates, Injury Attorneys at Advocates Law. Dirk.
Yeah, someone's asking, can I buy a vowel to find out what was said?
I just watched that clip actually today. It pulled up on my TikTok.
Wait, what clip? I missed
From South Park.
Oh.
People that annoy you.
Yeah.
What?
Rob's not a South Park.
No, I don't. I like South Park. I just don't watch it.
Yeah.
Is that...
I actually
Does that make any sense?
No, I'm with you. I've watched
like
only a couple episodes, but I'll get like clips and I'm like, oh, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, those
but
guys
I don't watch the show.
Right. Those guys are genius, but I never watched the show. Yeah, it's
I'm actually with you.
They do a nice job.
Very strange. Headlines coming up next. A lot to discuss, and we'll discuss it all when we return.
Hey, it's...
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan Spurs center, Victor Wembanyama. He was named the 2025-26 NBA Defensive Player of the Year. He is the youngest player in NBA history to win the Defensive Player of the Year at the age of 22. He is also the first ever unanimous Defensive Player of the Year. Brooklyn Nets, they've not had a good season, but they have signed head coach Jordi Fernandez and the entire coaching staff to a brand new multi-year contract extension. We got NBA playoffs right now. Game 2, Cavs taking on the Raptors in Cleveland. Right at the end of the first half, Cleveland up by 7, 52-45. Cavs up 1-0 in that series. Kicker Brandon Aubrey has agreed to a 4-year extension with the Cowboys. It's going to make him the first kicker to earn $7 million per year. It includes $20 million guaranteed and a signing bonus of over $8 million. The 49ers and Trent Williams, they have figured out their differences. The big man will be there as a left tackle for the Niners on a new 2-year, $50 million deal. And Dodgers closer Edwin Diaz, he is slated to undergo surgery to remove loose bodies in his right elbow. He is expected to miss about 3 months. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the Georgia Coy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call Georgia Coy at warrenallen.com.
Welcome back. Hope you're having a nice, juicy little Monday. We are your sportsmen. My name is Isaac. Hello. Big Sook's right over there.
Right here.
We have Stevie Brackets on the controls over there. Welcome in, my little sports bunnies. We have a very hot sports radio hour for you. I promise we won't talk about Tom Dundon too much.
The Dundoning of the Blazers.
We will get into the NBA playoffs. Little segment I'm going to title Hoop There It Is.
Oh.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Not all the series, but
I mean, Orlando was kind of a fun little surprise. Lakers too. I mean, there was a little something there.
Yeah.
We got a couple games tonight. I think Cleveland's going on right now. I personally have the NHL on, but yeah, Cavs Raptors right now.
Here's another thing. I got hockey fever, bro.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you were telling me you're
I have a new team.
Yeah, you go full Sabre.
I am a Buffalo Sabres fan now. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Now, did you see anything other than the mic'd up clip of their goal?
There are 2 reasons I'm a Buffalo Sabres fan. Well, 3. 1, they haven't been in the playoffs forever. They're in the playoffs.
They were the longest drought in the NHL. In fact, they might have been the longest postseason drought in the Big Four. And this year they had a monster year, and now they're in the postseason. Fun fact, now the longest streak in the NHL of not making the playoffs, my Detroit Red Wings. My sports team's doing great.
Yeah. So your baseball team has lost 11 in a row?
Yes, sir.
And your hockey team hasn't made the playoffs in a century?
Yeah. Well, a decade, but not 100 years. It's a decade.
Well, that's...
You're a loser.
It's not good.
Yes, we are.
That's not good. I'm going to add a reason, too. I just thought of one. I like the city of Buffalo. I think their fans are pretty cool.
Sure.
So I'm going to add that. I also have an NHL insider buddy who tipped me off to bet the Sabres to win it all because I know nothing.
Yeah.
And so I just bet it. I got it at plus 1,500, so therefore I have to back them.
Ah.
And then I saw their first game, and I was looking at the scores going, God, nice bet, Dito.
Loser.
Yeah, they were down 3-0.
Yep.
And they were down 2-0, I think. And they scored 3 straight goals, like in 5 minutes. It was insanity.
Yep.
But that's not all.
They scored 4 goals in the third period to win 4-3. And if you haven't seen it, there's a clip going around where they took out all of the broadcast noise, and it's just the on-ice mics.
Yeah.
And the crowd, it was against the Bruins, by the way. It was in Buffalo. The crowd noise is
they looked
incredible.
They were into it, man.
Well, imagine being starved for a decade plus, and Buffalo is a proud hockey city, and then getting that, you're the number 1 seed in, I guess you're the number 2 seed. You were the number 1 team in your division. You get to the postseason, you're getting your ass kicked in the first game, and you're like, what the hell? And then you have that comeback? It's incredible.
Yeah, I think as sports fans, we all have, hopefully, 1 or 2 games we were at that was just magical.
Yeah.
I have a few Kansas basketball games that I was at. It was just freaking magical. Yeah. I caught the right game on the right day. Other times you go, and it's the same venue, same team, and it's a dud or whatever. Like you never know. But hopefully you have one or two of those. And that was one of those. I would imagine in Buffalo, they are going absolutely crazy today. And anyone who was there will remember that for their life.
Yeah.
Like, that was unbelievable.
Yep.
So I am now a huge Buffalo Sabres guy. Of course, I always have been. But now it's just even more so.
Well, you can do a lot worse. Like, everyone should get a team, whether it's the NBA playoffs, NHL. If you don't have a team, pick one for a random reason and get behind them. It makes the playoffs more interesting. And you can do a lot worse than rooting for a team like Buffalo. 13 years since they've last been in the postseason, and they had a monster year this year.
Well, unfortunately, my team in the NBA is the Thunder because I've bet them.
Oh, well, that's not as fun as well. I mean,
but I also have the Spurs, and I do kind of like the Spurs. Like we were talking about this earlier. I don't hate them. I would imagine as we get more and more of Wemby over the years, we will eventually hate the Spurs because we have to hate everyone good.
That's true.
That's kind of a thing we do.
But only if they,
as humans.
Yeah.
But I don't hate them yet.
You have to reach a certain level of winning. Like Steph and Golden State was really likable, and it wasn't until like KD came around that you started hating them. They're like, all right, you sons of.
I imagine the Spurs fans hate Denny Advia though, because he gets a lot of fouls. Those fans were booing every single foul call. By the end of the series, they are going to hate Denny.
Make no mistake about it. If Denny was on a team other than Portland, every Blazer fan would loathe him.
Hate him.
He's the sort of guy that you hate. He's a one-dimensional downhill player that kind of flops and yells at officials, and he gets to the rim and gets. Although I think he only went to the free throw line, was it like 6 times? So it wasn't quite as bad, but yeah, he's the sort of guy that you want on your team, but everyone else hates.
Well, I like the Spurs. Just wanted to tell you that, but I'm not fully on board Sabres style yet.
No. You still keeping it open to?
Well, we have to do this every year. We have to. In the NBA, it's easy. I don't know why it's easier in the NBA. I think it is easier in the NBA to just hate certain teams.
Sure.
Right? Like, I can't stand Boston. Mm-hmm. Can't stand.
You should hate the Bruins. Or are you talking about the Celtics?
No, I'm talking about Celtics. I'm talking about basketball.
Anything Boston, really.
I think in the NBA, it's way easier to hate teams than like teams.
Sure.
And I don't know why that is.
Because they complain, and you see their faces.
Yeah, that could be it. The complaints. The Boston I can't stand, and well, it's kind of just Boston. Oklahoma City, I've been bought off.
Sure.
So if they win a title again,
it's easy to buy you.
We're gonna hate them.
Yes, Oklahoma City already have a stink to them. I don't think many people outside of Oklahoma City are really rooting for the Thunder.
I mean, I hate the Lakers. I hated that they won that game.
Yeah.
I kind of hate the Rockets.
I think the Rockets are extremely lame and unlikable.
Yeah, they are.
I watch them, and it's more because of the way they play basketball, too. It's just like atrocious brand of basketball, and then you got a bunch of dorks on their team. It's just...
Do you guys hate the Knicks?
I hate the Knicks.
I hate the Knicks, too.
Simply because I hate their fans, like the Stephen A. Smiths of the world, and the fact that James Dolan,
I don't want them to win.
I don't either.
I like Brunson, but yeah, I hate the Knicks in general.
I can't get behind the Knickerbockers. They drive me crazy.
You know who's pretty likable? Hate to say it, Nuggies.
Yes,
love them.
I got no issue with them.
Everybody likes Denver.
I got no issue with San Antonio. I got no issue with Denver.
I agree. I love San Antonio. I love Denver.
Yeah. If either one of those teams won the title, outside of our Blazers, I mean, come on.
Right. I mean, obviously.
Obviously. I would have
I'm actually rooting.
It was just a bad shooting night. They got him. They got him exactly where they want him.
Yeah.
Someone's saying we still hate the Spurs. Yeah, well, I mean, I get it. They're playing your team. If you want, you can get on board the sister, I guess it'd be the brothers. Yeah, I was going to say the sisters. The brothers of the Blazers, the Carolina Hurricanes. They're playing right now.
Yeah, aren't they the number 1 seed?
They are the number 1 seed in the East, yes. But remember, hey, Tom Dundon, his cheap ass can't possibly win because he's cheap, even though his Hurricanes are the number 1 seed.
They only had towels, though. They didn't have T-shirts either. So
that's right.
I can't get on board.
The number 1 seed in the East didn't get a freaking T-shirt for game 1.
If you want me to root for your team, you hand out T-shirts. If you don't hand out T-shirts, I can't root for you.
Hey, just remember, drip, man. Winning in the NBA completely different than winning in the NHL. Just so you know, T-shirts and towels, not going to cut it. May work in the NHL, not in the NBA.
Serious sports question. Do you have to hate the team that your team is playing in a series?
No, you don't, but I think it's easier, and I think you can grow to hate them.
See, like, I do love the Spurs, but when I watch them, like, I'm like, man, I hate the Spurs. But, just because they're playing the Blazers and I want the Blazers to win, But
doesn't a series make it easier to hate them?
Right.
Because you see them so many times in a row and just like, God.
By the end of the series, you just get so annoyed with all the players.
Right.
Yeah, I think. I think you're right.
I don't like. I can watch like when the Mets when they went on their run last year. I didn't hate the Brewers when they were playing them.
Yeah.
And even the Dodgers, who just I should hate everything about the Dodgers.
I do hate the Dodgers.
I did not. No, I wasn't happy
because
with
of Ohtani.
I didn't hate the Dodgers when they were kicking our ass. I wasn't thrilled, but I wasn't hate watching like you dirty rat. Now, like when they play like the Braves or the Phillies, I can hate watch the hell out of that. But I do think
the Phillies.
Like there's teams that are way easier to hate if they're playing your team, and if you're like I think Dirt is that fan that will hate if you're playing his team. I think he will hate you.
Yeah.
But like if you were a Duck fan, I think it was easy to hate Auburn. I don't know if you hated when Wisconsin, you played Wisconsin in the Rose Bowl. Did you really hate Wisconsin?
You hate Indiana?
Yeah, it was hard for me to hate Indiana. If you were a Duck fan, you just, I mean,
he's like, they're better than us.
So I do think that hatred, I think it's the natural instinct, but I don't think it's 100%. And certainly teams elicit it more than others.
I hate them during the game. That's my thing. I hate them when I'm watching them. I hate them, but then after the game, I'm like, yeah, this team's awesome, and I actually really enjoy watching them play basketball.
We're getting a lot of Wemby is a 7'5" flopper. Jamal Murray is a royal ass. Come on.
Jamal Murray's an ass?
That's that hard. I mean, a certain Blazer fan, he don't want to hear it.
They've had series against the Nuggets. I tell you what, that game, when they played the Nuggets in 7 games a couple years ago in the West, you grew to hate Jokic and Murray and all those turds.
Turds.
Sports hate is great.
I love how Wemby's a flopper. I mean, talk about a reduction of a guy.
I would like to
point out. He actually sucks.
He sucks. He just flops.
Yeah.
You do have Denny on your team. I would just like to point out.
Exactly.
No. He gets hit, though.
Oh, yeah.
He's a legit.
Okay. Who do you hate most in these playoffs, Steven? Go.
Lakers.
Okay. Suk?
It's hard not for it to be the Lakers, but they're irrelevant. So
that's the thing, is they're kind of irrelevant.
Celtics.
Celts, me too.
Boston's easy for me to just, if I had to put a blanket hate, just on one thing, it's Boston. I can hate the Sox. I can hate the Patriots. I can hate the Bruins. I can just do a collective hate.
The Boston area is very easy to hate.
Yeah.
I'm with Rob, though, because I am financially motivated to cheer for the Thunder. If it wasn't that, it would be the Thunder.
You would hate them?
I hate them.
I don't.
Because they're so good.
Yeah, I like the way they play.
Yeah.
But
Lakers or Boston, do flip a coin.
If you win enough,
exactly.
We get to know too much about you, and then we hate you.
If LA wins this series, I would like to pivot, and LA will receive all my hate.
Who will they play? They'll play Oklahoma City if they win.
Yeah.
Thankfully,
I had to listen to LeBron afterwards talk about his son in a playoff game. He played 4 minutes at the end, and he had 1 foul and a turnover.
That was pretty cool.
And LeBron had to be like, just to be out there with my. I want that. See, now I'm back to hating the Lakers. There you go. That's all it took.
That's all it takes.
That's all it took right there for me to shift my hate back to the Lakers. As if the only reason for those 4 minutes he was on the floor is you turned to the coach and was like, yeah, put my boy in. I want to be on the floor with him.
I kind of like Shohei because he's a gambler. And so, I respect that because I'm a gambler also.
I don't think he is a gambler. I think
You don't think that guy took all the blame? I think he took all the blame.
No, I think his interpreter was a.
You don't think he used? Hey, Shohei, who's playing tonight? I find it hard to believe Shohei knew nothing, and some guys just ripping him off for millions of dollars.
I'll tell you right now. You say that in my house, you can get stabbed with some chopsticks. You say anything bad about old Shohei Ohtani to the BTJ, she'll come at you.
I take it back.
They were playing the Dodgers, and she came in because the other day Ohtani was pitching against them, and she saw that I was watching it, and she could care less until she saw who was on the mound. And then I got, Ohtani-san. I said, for once, can you just root for my team? And she looked right at me and goes, no. And then just, pretty much. She's like, yeah.
You think we have a drop there? Ohtani-san?
Yeah, we'll get that.
Let's see what that sounds like.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get to headlines. We've got some NFL news as well coming up next on The Fan.
Get a life, bro.
So here's some things going on today before we get back to our hoop, there it is, NBA playoffs talk. Tell me you're just a little bit satisfied, maybe not happy, but satisfied that Edwin Diaz just went down for 3 months?
No.
Why not?
No. I don't.
It's the Dodgers.
I don't root for.
I mean, it sounds like something that would happen to the Mets.
Yeah. But, I mean, because when Edwin Diaz was on the Mets, we lost him for an entire season because he was celebrating the World Baseball Classic.
That's right.
So please don't hit me with it. Sounds like something that would happen to the Mets. Otani-san.
All right. So I don't hate.
He's got to have like elbow surgery. I mean, he's
got loose bodies in there.
Yeah,
he's got dead bodies in his elbow.
That's what's happening, man.
Sorry,
how does that happen?
No, it's not like Tommy John or anything. He's just got to go in there.
So I don't hate the Dodgers. You got Ohtani. Ohtani's just not hateable.
Mm-hmm.
He's like Wemby.
Ohtani's not. Yamamoto. Ohtani's not.
Yeah, exactly. But we're gonna hate the Dodgers if they win another one. Now, there's not many back-to-back champions that we don't loathe.
Yeah.
And the Dodgers somehow are escaping it, and it's probably just because of the likability of those guys. Okay.
Sure.
But come on, they just got Edwin Diaz from the Mets as their closer because they've won back-to-back titles without really a closer.
We just didn't pay him. I mean, they
well, I'm just saying the Dodgers won. The Dodgers have so many arms that they just took Roki Sasaki and it's like, here, why don't you just be the closer for the playoffs and then we'll win another one.
We'll figure it out.
And they did.
Yeah.
But then they were like, okay, we really need a closer. So they went and got Edwin Diaz.
Yep.
And he now has dead bodies in his arm.
Yep.
And he has to get him cut out of there. Probably hard to pitch. And he is out 3 months.
He's been terrible. He's got like a 10 ERA for that.
Yeah, he's been struggling.
Yeah.
Now I'm guessing, like, I don't know. There's a little bit of me that's snickering about that.
I like Edwin Diaz. He's not a guy that I would like. Same thing with Pete. If something happened to Pete Alonso in Baltimore, I wouldn't.
Is he doing anything?
No, not really. So I mean, I don't begrudge the Mets for not paying Edwin Diaz, and now he has dead bodies in his arm, and he's like 32, 33. And I don't begrudge them for not signing old Pete Alonso. So no, it'd be one thing. My hatred would only exist if he left for the wrong reasons. But if someone's willing to pay you that much money and you're gonna go and win World Series, I can't fault that. And we weren't gonna pay him, so I don't hate that.
Wemby wins Defensive Player of the Year. That Reggie Miller, he's so smart. He called that last night on the broadcast. Of course, that's not a tough call. One of the most competitive MVP races is down to 3. They have whittled it down to Wemby, Jokic, and SGA.
Sounds like SGA though seems to be the where everyone's leaning on this.
Yeah, he seems like the favorite for now.
Go back to back
until when?
Until they announce
until
it.
tomorrow.
Yeah, until they announce it officially.
Okay.
I mean, how many back to backs have we had? I mean,
Steve Nash.
Nash went back to back. Bird did 3 in a row.
Didn't Jokic go back to back? That's why they don't want to give it to him.
Well, Jokic went back to back. I think he's already got 3 of them.
Because go look at Jokic's numbers. He probably deserves it, but the Nuggets kind of weren't as good as they were supposed to be.
If you're handing out MVPs and it's my vote, I'm handing it to Jokic.
There are 15 players who have won back-to-back MVPs.
Okay. So it's not as I guess that's not as rare as I would have thought, but still 15 in the history of the league, not too shabby.
How many can you name? Go.
Oh, I'd probably give you 10.
Russell,
Bill Russell, Kareem, Wilt.
Kareem did it twice, by the way.
Bird.
Yep.
I don't think Magic ever did it.
He did.
Magic did?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Magic did. Jordan did.
Yep.
Jokic did.
Yep.
LeBron did.
Yep. Twice.
Steve Nash did it.
Yep.
There's 8. Who am I missing? Did Giannis go back to back?
Nope. Oh, yeah, he did. Yeah. He did. Sorry.
I was gonna say, I thought Giannis went, so there's 10.
Yep.
Who am I missing? Modern, or is it a little back a ways?
Oh, you got...
Did Hakeem do it at the 2 years Jordan was gone?
Yeah, did the Dream?
He is not on this list.
Timmy Duncan, maybe?
Tim Duncan, yeah. He did.
Timmy.
He did.
So
you're only missing
like
2.
2?
No, you're missing 2 because Kareem and LeBron did it twice.
Times, yeah. I'm missing 2.
Yeah, 1 is current and 1 is old school.
Harden never did it twice in a row, right? I think he says
he did
1.
not. No.
Westbrook didn't do it multiple times.
No.
Durant didn't do it multiple times.
You're missing the
Kobe.
No, you're missing the guy.
I'm missing the guy.
The guy. He's the guy, man.
He's the guy.
He's the guy.
Who are we missing? That's the guy.
Hello.
What? I'm like, he's the
Did
guy.
we name the guy?
Steph Curry.
Oh, rat farts.
You idiots.
That is.
And then the old school one is Moses Malone.
Oh, yeah,
he did it twice.
I wouldn't have come up with that.
Or back to back.
Yeah.
NFL, A.J. Brown is set to be a Patriot, they're saying.
Danny Rossini will be.
Yeah, did Rossini report that? I don't know if I can believe it.
Yeah, I mean that's been like a bad kept secret for a while, but it sounds like before the draft they'll get that done. And it's just he can't coexist in Philadelphia anymore. And Hurts, and they've got to find a way to get Jalen Hurts to move forward. And I think it's the idea is that A.J. Brown is not going to be a help for that. And you already have elite players there. I mean, you have Smith, who's still an elite A1 receiver. So depending on what the draft capital gets back, they have no shortage of weapons, but they'll take a draft. They'll take a flyer on a receiver in the draft. And it's a deep receiver draft. Like, especially if they get in the second round, I could see them taking a flyer on like Boston, the kid out of UW, another big receiver, 6'4", big body, something like that. They'll be fine. You'll trust Philadelphia.
I hope A.J. Brown drops every single ball next year. And it's possible that he might.
Well, if you're New England, I think New England's going to be a comeback to reality team. I think there's a chance they don't make the postseason. They do not have great offensive weapons. Stephon Diggs is no longer there. So New England needs someone and not like a rookie. They need a proven guy. And whatever you think of the malcontent that is A.J. Brown, he's still one of the handful of guys that can single-handedly win you a game. Remember when Philadelphia was getting their ass kicked by the Rams earlier this year, I believe it was, and they couldn't do anything on offense, and then somewhere in the second half, they just turned and said, every play we're just spamming A.J. Brown, and you can't stop him, and it was good enough.
And then there are other games where it looks like he doesn't even want to play.
Yeah.
And he's maddening to me. But
yes. Well,
I get his talent.
He's the wrong guy to have on a temperamental. You can't have a temperamental star receiver on a team that struggles to throw the ball and a quarterback that is wildly inconsistent. You're just not. That is a awful combination.
Trent Williams is back with the Niners. He is the first non-quarterback to exceed $400 million in total contracts.
Yeah, I thought maybe this was finally the time where they were going to have to part ways because they needed to come to a contract resolution and get his number down. But they do this dance with him all the time, and he gets 2 years, $50 million, and then he gets to ride off into the sunset. This will be it. I mean, I want to say he's like 36. He's an old guy.
And they're still paying him $25 million a year.
Oh, he's 37, so he will be 38 when the season starts. I mean, he is old, and yet still plays at an elite level, but this will take him to his 40 year, and then he'll be done. And will go down as one of the best offensive linemen in NFL history. Trent Williams is so good. And at his age to still be playing at the level that he is remarkable. He is truly one of the best to ever do it.
And the Mets, the good news is they will not lose tonight.
No, they will not.
As they don't play. But they have lost 11 in a row.
They got the Twinkies coming up.
And they are playing the Twins for 3.
Yeah.
Beginning tomorrow. Now, did you see that the entire NL Central is above 500? Did you see that?
I did not.
The whole division.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
And kind of, like, they're all
oh, yeah.
Kind of good.
Not just like kind of barely. Yeah, those are all double-digit wins.
Imagine if the Mets played in that division.
Don't start. We'll be all right. I don't know about 11, but only 2 teams in Major League Baseball history have lost 10 games at some point in the season and still made the postseason.
Yeah, I always remember that with the Royals.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this is going to sound terrible, but as a fan of a franchise that has had a lot of bad years, that was always it. You would always watch because you didn't really know how good or bad they were early, right?
Yeah.
So you'd be like, oh, they won 3 in a row. That's a sign they might be pretty good. But they would always tell you, if a team loses 10 in a row, you're really bad. Yeah. And then they would inevitably lose 10 in a row, and we'd be like, oh, well, maybe next year. And one year, a couple years ago, they did it twice. They lost 10 in a row twice. And that's when you know. Yeah. So I'm not saying this about the Mets, but that's not a good sign.
No, it's not. They even acknowledge because they're coming back to Citi Field. the manager goes, we're expecting it to be quite loud and not for the right reasons. The boos are going to be out early and often.
Boo their ass.
At least they're acknowledging. Like, there's nothing worse. Like, if you lose 11 in a row, you're going to get booed. And I'm glad that they're not bitching and moaning about it. They're accepting that they're going to get booed. And
you think Blazer fans would boo the Blazers if they lost 11 in a row? They would never.
Well, Mets fans are going to boo.
Be whining about T-shirts and two-way players.
It depends if the two-way players are active that day.
By the way, it is the most Portland thing.
No Caleb Love, boo.
Blazers. The two things that have gotten Blazer fans panties in a bunch are, one, something that hasn't happened yet, and that's the T-shirt thing, and the other one, simply report that 3 two-way players, 2 of which you've never heard of, didn't go to the playoff game. That had it not been reported, you would have never, you wouldn't have noticed one bit.
I need Caleb Love in street clothes.
I need Chris Youngblood there.
And Justin...
Kent. Jordan.
Jason.
Yeah, Jason Kent.
Jason
Where's
Kent?
Jordan?
There's a Kent.
It's Jason.
There was a Kent.
I mean, it is absurd. If you really want to crystallize how absurd these complaints are, understand that you're complaining about some guy named Jason Kent not being with the Blazers for a road game with the Spurs.
Think how good Denny would have played had Chris Youngblood been there cheering him on. He would have had 40.
I promise that this is exactly how this went down in the locker room. What? You guys aren't coming? No, they said we're not traveling. Oh, man, that sucks.
Sorry, bro.
All right, we'll see you in a couple days.
What time's the flight leave?
Dab, and then you walk away. That's the amount of times as a practice squad player, I had one of the guys that actually played, John Lynch or someone, come up to me and be like, oh, man, that sucks. And I'd be like, yeah, and they'd be like, all right.
Later, bro.
Like when Tom Tupa stole my TV, which did happen. I think it was Derek Brooks came up to me and was like, man, dude, that's such BS. And then I was waiting for, you know what?
Here's the TV.
Here's a TV.
No, that's such BS. Well, see you later.
That's what I got. I think he slapped me on the back and was like, oh, man, that sucks. And then walked away. I was like, well, that's how that went down. But hey, think of the camaraderie that could have been built had they been there.
All right, coming up next, back to the NBA playoffs. Hoop, there it is. Here's Steven.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This update brought to you by Mountaintop Metal Roofing. No maintenance, energy efficient, fire resistant, and a lifetime warranty. Do it once, do it right. Visit mountaintopmetalroofing.com. First on the Fan, San Antonio Spurs center Victor Wembanyama. He has been awarded the 2025-26 NBA Defensive Player of the Year. Wembanyama is the youngest player to ever do this in the NBA at age 22. He is also the first ever unanimous Defensive Player of the Year. Brooklyn Nets, they tanked this year, but they have signed their head coach Jordi Fernandez and the entire coaching staff to a multi-year contract extension. Dallas Cowboys kicker Brandon Aubrey has agreed to a 4-year extension with Dallas that makes him the first kicker to earn $7 million per year. It includes $20 million guaranteed and a signing bonus of just over $8 million. The 49ers and left tackle Trent Williams, they have figured it out. Their difference is they have agreed to a new 2-year, $50 million deal. Dodgers closer Edwin Diaz, he is slated to undergo surgery to remove loose elbow bodies in his right elbow. He's expected to miss about 3 months. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
I hate this game.
Now it's time for Hoop. There it is, NBA Playoffs edition. We've got the Knicks and Hawks game 2 underway. Cavs and Raps are playing tonight. And I think we got the Nugs.
I think that is the nightcap.
Later.
Yeah, it's the 7:30 NBC Peacock game.
Now, where's the other game from Saturday?
Where's the other game? What do you mean?
Well, didn't they play 4 on Saturday?
Lakers play tomorrow.
Yeah, Lakers play tomorrow. Yeah, so we just have the Raptors,
So
Cavs.
why do they stagger it like that?
No one knows.
Because LeBron's 41 and needs an extra day of rest. That's my conspiracy.
Yeah, there's 3 tonight, 3 tomorrow, including your Zers. Although we don't have the late game. We've got the,
What time's the game?
5 o'clock.
Oh, we're going to have to watch the Blazers on the air.
You are correct, sir.
Ooh, that'll be fun.
Can we even get it in the studio, though?
Ooh.
Do we have
to watch on our phones?
Do we have NBC here?
Well, NBC, yeah, but not Prime. Are they on NBC?
Yeah, I thought this one was on Prime, but this one says it's on NBC. So is it one of these games is on one of the Blazer games is on Prime? Maybe
I think that's Friday.
Maybe that's
What?
yeah.
What?
Sorry, I thought game 2 is NBC Peacock, and
Yes.
Friday, the first one here in Portland, is on Prime.
And that'll be a late start, right? 7?
That is
probably?
the 7:30.
7:30.
7:30.
7:30.
Yes, gives us time to get home, get a cocktail.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was kind of cool. Game 1, I know, was because of San Antonio, but I mean, we had the primetime slot. What, 6 o'clock, right? I think,
Yeah. Everyone wanted to see Wemby in his debut, and
Yeah.
they
He
played
didn't
Blazers.
disappoint.
No.
What exactly is in Drew Holiday's mouth?
It looks like a little toothpick, but I don't know. Does
Well,
anyone?
they were talking about it on there, and they were very. They didn't really explain it.
It looks like one of those little like a tag from a shirt, like the little plastic tag when
Yeah.
you rip it out. That's what it kind of looked like to
But
me.
it sounds like it's a toothpick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it like
But then they kind of made it sound like he wears something in his mouth that sticks out of it. I don't know. I don't understand that. I
thought it was one of these. So I carry one of these around in my pocket at all times.
Yeah, one of the little
Like
flossers.
a little flosser, and the little plastic tip. Like that's what it kind of looks like. But I don't know.
he? What? How is that? Why?
I don't.
What? You know?
I do not know. I am not privy. I am
What
not
is that
privy.
about?
I just found out about it like same as everyone else. People were like doing close-ups on Twitter and like zooming in.
I would guess it's to take your mind off of like on overthinking the game. Like you're chewing on something, so that your mind is like, oh, I'm chewing on something, and I'm not
Or
freaking
just
out.
like
and
I have an
overthinking.
oral
I don't know.
fixation. I like to chew on things.
Has anybody ever asked him about it?
Not that I'm aware of. No. So
Are we failing the people by not asking him
How about
about
this? How about you haul your ass down there to the practice facility
Yeah.
and
I'll
you
text Joe Freeman.
Yeah, why don't you do it?
There you go.
I'll text Joe.
Yeah,
Say, hey, Joe, ask him about that. I want to know more about that. Because they mentioned UL Washington on the broadcast. They were saying, do you remember UL Washington? Do you remember UL Washington?
UL Washington?
You remember him?
I don't remember him.
So he was a shortstop for the Royals back in the 80s, and he had a toothpick. He would always be out there with a wooden toothpick.
Yeah.
And it was always, we always loved him because of that. I was like, yeah, that's so cool. But it's also kind of dumb to play a sport with.
Caron Butler did that back in the day too.
He did?
Yeah.
I mean, I've got to zoom in here. Yeah, I think it's like a little plastic toothpick, which obviously seems incredibly dangerous in an NBA game.
That's what I mean. Like, I don't understand how he's allowed to do that or why he would want to do that, but maybe we should ask him about it. I don't know.
Steph Curry chews on his mouthpiece. How is that any different than chewing on a little?
Tomorrow, wear it or put toothpick in your mouth, Rob, and tell me if it makes your performance better.
Well, I am a fan of toothpicks. Big fan.
You are. If people don't know this, but if you have the privilege to ride in his beautiful gold Subaru Outback, there is like
2013.
There's like an entire middle console full of toothpicks.
That's right.
They're neatly stacked.
Can I ask why?
I love them, and I always get stuff in my teeth. I like to pick my teeth, but I don't play golf with it because I'm an athlete.
I didn't realize this bothered you so much.
I didn't know that there was such a love for toothpicks.
It doesn't bother me. It's just
you're confused by it.
I want to know more about it. It seems odd for a basketball player, especially, to be playing with a toothpick. It just seems odd, and nobody seems to be bothered by it.
No,
that could go straight down his throat, and then he'd be choking on the floor.
Maybe it's a little soft, like kind of toothpick. Like I said, maybe it's plastic and it's not wooden. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
Again, text Joe Freeman Have him ask about it.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll.
Maybe it's one of those things that he's been doing for years and no one's bothered to ask him about it. He's won 2. Look, I'll tell you what, which is odder, the fact that he was playing with a toothpick or that Kelly Olynyk had no socks and no ankle tape. I think that's the biggest mystery of the game.
That's a good one.
I am convinced, that he did not think he was going in the game.
Of course. Why else would he wear that? It's just, I think he's right, though. Did he get in?
Yeah, for like 1 minute.
He did?
Yeah.
I missed his minute.
Now
I'm pissed.
I've never seen it. I've never seen an NBA player with no socks, no ankle tape, no braces, no nothing. Just out there in some low top sneakers and some no-show socks.
It was not a good look. His legs were not the best.
Never seen anything like it.
All right. Oh, I'm worn out.
All of a sudden we need answers. We need to get hold of someone that can ask these down in San Antonio. We need answers before game 2.
What else we got? Orlando looks good.
I'll tell you what, that was probably that are the Lakers. I mean, there was no Kevin Durant, but that was kind of the no one thought anything of Houston, but all season the Pistons have been the number 1 seed in the East, and no one gives them any sort of respect. And
the Magic are from the play-in, and play-in team.
And so here you go.
The Magic kind of beat them up too.
They're tough.
It was not a fluke win. The Magic looked like the better team in that game 1.
So,
well, they have Bane now.
So maybe all of a sudden, like all those people that were dragging on Detroit all season knew what they were talking about.
Well, it's just one game.
Yeah,
come on, man.
It's a big game.
The Magic. Stevie Buckets over there. He was bagging the Magic last week on our show.
I thought they sucked.
Saying they hate each other, they suck, they're gonna bow out, and then they smoked Charlotte.
Yeah, they hate their coach.
They lost to the G League Celtics, basically.
Yeah.
Baylor Shireman went for like 35.
But they beat the hell out of the Hornets.
They whooped them.
They beat the hell out of the Hornets in that playing game, beat them by like 30, and then they kicked the hell out of the number 1 seed.
I think they're beating Detroit. I'm saying it right now.
Really?
Yeah.
An 8-1. When's the last time we had an 8-1?
Well, the Nuggets, they had an 8-1 against
Miami when they went to the finals a couple years ago.
Yeah.
They were playing Jimmy Butler, Tyler Hero Band. When they played the Nuggets, when Jokic won the title.
Okay.
They were the 8 seed. They lost the first play-in game, and then were down in the second play-in game to the Bulls. And they ended up winning. Like, barely got out of the play and then got to the finals.
That's right. How do you remember all this?
Well, I heard it today on a podcast, but I also know that they were an 8 seed.
You should be listening to the fan.
I remember that was the Dikembe Mutombo one. That was an 8-1.
The Warriors beat the Mavericks with Baron Davis.
Yeah.
That was the 8 seed.
So it has happened, but not many times.
The Knicks, back in the day when they went to the finals, they lost to the Spurs and Tim Duncan. The Knicks were an 8 seed. They beat the Heat.
Didn't the Sonics lose no, Sonics?
That was the one Sue started.
Yeah,
Dikembe, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Glad we covered it. And it's also nice to see that the Sixers somehow still suck. I think that's great.
Hey, trust the process.
I enjoy that.
Trust the process.
All right. Coming up next is Sports Talk on the Fan. All right, for our final sports segment before we get to the club, we've got a little follow-up to Rossini-Vrabel drama. This is a report from Ben Strauss of ESPN. Came out over the weekend. He has a few more deets, if you care.
If you haven't paid any attention to this, too, Rossini has been fired/resigned in the midst of her investigation.
Sucker.
Yeah, so Strauss said that a reporter from the New York Post, and they're the ones that oversee Page 6, because that's who broke the...
Yeah.
They posted the photos.
Someone, I'm sure, sold the photos to him.
Well, it was her husband.
Dave, has that been confirmed?
Well, that's all in here.
Okay.
So someone from the Post approached Rossini at her home in New Jersey.
Whoops.
This would be a terrible terrible oh my God, what am I trying to say? Knock on the door to get this information. Like in the morning you wake up and you're like, oh, hey, who's this?
Your coffee.
Oh, hi, it's me. I'm from the New York Post and I have compromising photos of you.
It's probably going to ruin, well, your marriage is already over, but now your career is too.
Yeah, so they told her they had photos of her and Vrabel together at an adults-only resort in Arizona. She then contacted a crisis communication expert to figure out a response. And she also tried to coordinate with Vrabel about how to respond.
Yeah.
Strauss also reports that Rossini appealed to Times Company CEO Meredith Kopit Levin to make her case before the photos were made public.
Yeah.
The Page 6 story about the photos presented insinuations but stopped short of saying Rossini and Vrabel were at the resort together, including accounts from them and others to say that they were both accompanied by friends. Per Strauss, the Post was even open to changing the story's tone or potentially spiking it altogether if Rossini or Vrabel had produced compelling evidence to support the presence of other friends, which they could not.
No. Why? Because they were there by themselves and they were doing it.
A lack of compelling evidence is apparently what troubled The Athletic as well. Despite initially standing with Rossini against the speculation, the company eventually opened an investigation into the reporter and removed her from publishing any new reports until it was completed. Per ESPN, the outlet asked Rossini to provide evidence that would back up her story, such as text messages or photos with friends in Arizona. However, Rossini was unable to provide sufficient evidence.
Yeah. So...
Yeah, okay, so I guess that wasn't in this story. Yeah, I think we talked about this last
I heard, at least I saw the rumor that people were like, that had to have been a private investigator.
No, it was I think it's come out that it was a PI hired by her husband.
Yeah, okay.
And he's the one that sold the photos to the Post.
After all that S-talking that she did, what a FU on his part. He's like, yeah, by the way, we're getting divorced and your career is
I tell you
over.
what, he must have really hated her, man.
Yes.
Because he
torched her.
Totally flamed her.
Her career is over as she knows it. She will podcast or start an OnlyFans or something. But
wow.
Maybe be the next Mrs. X Vrabel. I wonder what old Mike's wife, how she's taking all this.
Yeah, and you don't hear a thing about him or her.
No.
Not a thing.
It's inappropriate, but it's not going to cost him his job. Again, she should have known that going in, that he's not going to suffer any consequences other than someone probably in the Patriots organization got together and was like, hey, dude.
What are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing? Like, and he'll have to apologize to his wife and probably buy her some jewelry and, do the Kobe Bryant thing. And, someone will ask him a question about it and he'll say that he's not talking about it and all that. And he'll move on. She, on the other hand,
bitch.
She got nuked. And I don't feel bad for her. I mean, especially if it was her husband, the one that ratted her out. You can't spend a decade talking crap on your husband and sleeping around behind his back and not expect the man to have a retort.
Girl, you something else.
All right, how long can you live with a metal How long can you live with a metal chopstick in your throat?
Oh, did you see the other one too? Did you see the Italian airliner?
No. What happened?
Yikes. You didn't see the guy on the runway?
About? No.
Yeah. One of the most insane videos you'll ever see.
What happened?
We'll talk about it next.
Oh my God, what a tease.
Dude, it's crazy. It might be it's one of the most holy crap clips I've ever seen.
Am I going to see someone die?
Well, it's blurred, but I mean,
You're always big on these death videos.
Well, not me.
You're weird.
It's like,
you
want to talk about going viral.
I want to see that.
This went, well, you don't have to, but again, it's blurred. Apparently, man versus jet engine is not much of a contest.
We also have, do you guys want Uber Golf?
What?
Yeah, it's real.
I'm intrigued.
All of that is next on The Fan.
Hey, it's...
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on The Fan, Spurs center Victor Wembanyama has been announced as the NBA Defensive Player of the Year. Wembanyama is the youngest Defensive Player of the Year ever in the NBA at age 22. He was also the first ever player to win unanimously for that award. Brooklyn Nets, they have signed their head coach Jordi Fernandez and the entire coaching staff to multi-year contract extension. Right now we got a couple playoff games going on. Game 2's start of the fourth quarter, Cavs up 10 over the Raptors, and late in the first half, Knicks up by 3 over the Hawks. Knicks up 1-0 in that series. Kicker Brandon Aubrey, he has agreed to a 4-year extension with the Dallas Cowboys. It's going to make him the first kicker to earn $7 million per year and include $20 million guaranteed. While the 49ers and Trent Williams, they have reconciled their differences. They have agreed to a new 2-year, $50 million deal. UConn guard Solo Ball, he's undergoing wrist surgery. He'll miss the entire 2026-27 season as a medical redshirt. And Dodgers closer Edwin Diaz, he's going to undergo surgery to remove loose bodies in his right elbow. He's expected to miss about 3 months. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at wornout.com.
Welcome. Come one, come all. My little sports bunnies. What's up?
So, dude. Just watching these Carolina Hurricanes fans with no T-shirts in the crowd.
Or Frugality?
Nailed it.
Yeah, they don't look very fired up.
Well, they don't have T-shirts.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's what a cheap owner does.
I mean, they're up in the series 1-0 and are in this game 2-1, but no T-shirts in the crowd. And
they're sitting on their hands.
I'm not sensing the fire, man. If only they had free T-shirts, really would have made a difference.
Wake up, bitch! You're my new best friend.
Yeah, I figured that you would have seen this clip. It's been bouncing around. I've seen it all. I like 10 different times.
10.
It's just like it's gone beyond viral. It was over in Italy, and my man gets past security, and somehow he gets out on the tarmac, and he just, I mean, and it's a big jet. It's not like it's a small plane. I mean, it's one of the big ones, and he runs past some security, and I got to admit that the people on the ground, they don't put up much of an effort to try to stop him. And he tries to climb one of the engines, and when that doesn't work, he kind of makes his way around to the other engine and just kind of jumps in. It's just like, well, hops up on it, and then it blurs out, and then you see him or something get kicked back out. And I shouldn't laugh, but the reaction, one of the guys on the ground crew, his reaction is, it's something else. He does the surrender cobra. He just is like, wow. You're like some poor baggage handler. That is not what you're expecting to see.
Now, I'm seeing here that is from last year. July of last year, is that the one?
Is that July of last year?
That's what it says.
Why is it making the rounds today?
I don't know. You know how things go viral, man. Yeah. Was it in Milan?
Man reported bypass security. I mean, how many videos can someone in Italy of jumping into a jet engine be?
Well, anyway, I don't want to watch somebody die.
I didn't know what I was watching either. It was just kind of one of those, when I first saw it, I just was like, what's this? Because when it saw him on the tarmac, I was like, what is this idiot doing? And then I was like, well, didn't have that one. Didn't have the man jumping into the engine. And then I got to wonder, did he jump in the engine or did he get sucked into the engine?
Well, probably sucked in.
And what was he trying to do?
What happens when that happens? Do you have to... Like what?
They shut down the whole airport. Everyone got delayed, which made me... the reason I thought of this
Do we need to shut down the whole airport?
I thought of you. Because
you knew that's what I was going to say.
Well, people were on the airplane.
Yes. Well, okay, the airplane I get.
And they were getting ready to taxi.
Okay, well, they can't fly. There's a man in the engine. Well, parts of a man.
He got kicked out of the engine.
Oh, it spit him out?
It spit him out.
Oh, well then, what's the problem?
This is how disturbing it is. That was my first thought upon being like, oh my God. Because in the post it said flights were halted, aircraft, all that. Entire airport had to shut down operations. My first thought was, Rob's not going to be happy about that.
Flights were halted. Why does somebody else's flight have to be halted?
Well, my guess is they had to...
Well, move them along. Have you ever seen Monty Python? Bring out your dead.
Well, do you have to do an investigation? I mean, we know what happened.
Exactly.
It's clearly on video.
Right.
I did want to know, because it does appear that he jumped, but I'm starting to wonder if maybe the jet engine sucked him in. But
I guess inbound planes have to turn around. I guess that makes sense, because you got a ruckus on the...
Yeah. Well, I'm guessing that police are involved, and there's an investigation. But imagine you're on that airplane. Like, Swag's going to Italy. You're on the airplane. You're getting ready to fly home. It's been a long trip. You're getting ready, and you're just waiting to taxi. And then, what does the pilot come on and say?
Ooh.
Something wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Are you honest? Because you look out the window and, if you looked out the window and you saw the crew, you immediately know that something has gone, because the ground people are hurt, man. They're not doing great.
I think you get vague. Look, we've had a
engine
problem with the engine. Be just a few more minutes, and we'll be right with you. And by the way, shouldn't airlines? This brings up perhaps a. Of course, they would never pay for this.
No.
Perhaps a hole in the airlines game. Or the airport's game?
Yeah.
Shouldn't they have, tennis ball boys just lining the sides of the...
To tackle people?
No, to just move the dead bodies real quick. So the planes can land?
I was thinking more along
just run out and grab them and drag them to the side?
I was thinking more along the lines of... Because I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 ground crew that see my man making his way to the airplane. What responsibility as a ground crew do you have to make an effort? Because one guy kind of does like the jog you do when you're crossing the street and you want to kind of
speeding up.
Yeah, but you're not.
They're waiting on you.
But you're not really.
You want to look like you're speeding up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to send the message. Hey, I see you.
You bob up really quick, and then you just.
Yeah, that's the best effort of the 6 crew members. There's one guy in his reflective crossing walk vest. That's the best effort that gets made, is that jog, and he ain't catching that dude. One dude just goes hands on the knee because he's like, oh, I know what's happening here. Do you have to do you have a responsibility to tackle that guy? Try to trip him, stick a leg out?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Or do you just are like, hey man,
I'm not messing with that guy.
No, you're leaving it alone?
Yeah. I'm not getting paid enough to do that.
Because you probably don't want to be around the engine.
Right, because then you're getting sucked up.
You're getting sucked in. But if you see him heading towards the engine.
Oh, I see it. Okay. This is new.
Yeah, I think this is. I just saw this today, and it kept popping up. So if it's old, I don't know why today all of a sudden it's popping up. See that up? That guy the guy with his hands on his knees, I think that's like a catcher and the guy's charging the mound. I think you got to put a better effort to go tackle that guy from behind.
We talk about his first effort to jump up onto the engine?
Yeah.
What was that?
I don't know. Because that engine is probably what? We're thinking 12 feet high, at least?
Yeah, the crew they are beside themselves. Yeah. They're like, oh my God, what did I just see?
Yeah.
It happened so fast.
Yeah. But he runs by, so he goes by the landing gear, and there's a guy right by the landing gear that could have at least given you the foot out, try to trip you. Because he turns the corner and he heads right for that other engine.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
It kind of, I can't tell, but it looks like he kind of jumps.
He jumps, yeah. Because he doesn't get sucked in by the first engine, and he runs right in front of it.
So I think he jumped.
Yeah, he jumped.
He Euro stepped into a jet engine, which you don't want to do.
Damn, dude.
You want to come to a 2-foot stop and then get into the triple threat position, where you can't go hard into the paint when you got a jet engine on. It's crazy, but the crew after it does it, the guy by the baggage handler cart, that guy needs therapy.
Yeah,
he
they were not, one guy was doubled over. He was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like he was going to throw up.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I got Rob sitting in 12D that is like, what the hell, man?
If you saw that out your...
Let's get going here.
If you saw... Exactly. Move the body. Let's go.
Let's get to getting.
If you saw that out your window,
Yeah.
would you be traumatized?
I don't think so.
I wouldn't either. You would?
If I saw a guy get sucked up into an engine, yeah.
I don't think I would be, and I think that makes me a terrible person.
I want to clarify.
And Suk's going to backtrack, but he's with me.
No,
he wouldn't be traumatized by that either.
Nope. Two things.
That would not traumatize you.
No. Now, if I saw an innocent person, right? Like I'm there and there's a mechanic guy out there and my dude throwing the bag and then like, zip, there he goes. That would. This though, there's two different scenarios. Like if I saw someone.
I think that's what it sounds like too.
If I saw someone jump in front of a train versus someone that accidentally got hit by it, I need context. This case, no, I don't think I'm traumatized. I'd be like, dude, my guy was out there getting loose on the tarmac. You can't be doing it. But if someone was like, if there was like a field trip and like there was like a middle school and they were like, hey, this is how a jet engine works, and then and like a Weebelo got sucked up into one.
No.
That would be
the kids.
That would be different.
I get you.
So I need context. But this,
unreal.
But I just love the idea. That was my first thought. Was Rob's like, why? What are we? Can we go around? I mean, just maybe taxi back a little bit and then
again, tennis ball boys, all dressed in white, rush out there. One grabs one arm, one grabs another arm, one grabs a leg, another grabs a leg, and you move.
I honestly,
you hustle.
I hate to tell you, but I don't think there's arms and legs.
Well, you grab a.
That's why I would be traumatized, because there'd just be blood everywhere. There'd be body parts everywhere.
It's hard to tell because everything's kind of blurred, but it kind of feels like it's like more of a.
I don't think you just run out there with a little gurney and you're picking all the little pieces up. There's pieces everywhere.
Well, let's get on it.
I mean, look, the entire.
I got to get to Atlanta.
The entire airport got shut down.
Exactly. Do you think that's crazy? That's kind of crazy to me. Regulations.
I do think there's probably an investigation that probably has to.
Well, investigate while I'm flying to Atlanta.
It's like I got a plane I got to catch. I got to transfer.
Well, just the number of people that they inconvenience.
Well, it's the number of people he inconvenienced. You got to think about that. Before you decide to jump into a jet engine.
That's fair.
And you say, well, I'm only harming myself. No, you're not. You're traumatizing ground crew. You're delaying Isaac Robb. I mean, there's a lot.
It's not just me.
No?
That guy, before he jumps into that engine, he should be, are they going to shut down the airport if I... Yeah, they probably will. I'll just go this way.
Say Rob is the football coach of the airport. Move the drill up 10.
That's right.
You will find that out when you get to college. That's like the first time you see a major injury and they just move the drill up. It is a little alarming. And then if it's a really serious injury, move it up 15. And only once have I seen us move fields. That's when we were like, ooh. Ended up being a career ender. My man, well, he wouldn't stop yelling. And we were listening to him scream, and I was like, oh, God. And I thought, like a naive idiot, that one was going to, we were going to stop. No, we just moved fields. Oh, thought he saw it. Because you always have two practice fields, side by side. We just moved to the second field. We were like, oh, that's happening. Sorry, Howard, man, that sucked. Knee got folded the wrong way.
All right, how long could you spend with a metal chopstick stuck in your throat?
Ew.
Yeah.
Seems bad.
Yeah. Just wait. I have another wild story.
Well, but if it's up and down, I mean...
Well, it's not like you're going to die.
Long ways or...
Well, yeah, I can't go sideways.
Yeah, what do you...
You're not an iguana. I mean, you...
Just had to check.
Or are you?
I had to check.
We'll be right back on The Fan.
Otani-san.
New drop for today, if you guys didn't catch it.
Otani-san.
Well, this next story gives new meaning to pain in the neck.
Otani-san.
You showed better than this.
It's really not. Sorry, Seth. Otani-san.
A drunk man in China swallowed a metal chopstick while eating dinner 8 years ago.
Oh, yeah, I see the X-ray right here. Boy.
And he decided to leave it lodged in his throat until a surgeon finally yanked it out last month.
Yeah, I mean,
So he is an alcoholic.
What? No.
He's identified only as Mr. Wang. He went in for a checkup shortly after gulping down the 5-inch utensil back in 2018.
Can I ask, I'm looking, how do you swallow that?
But he refused to have it removed. Yeah, I don't know. I mean...
You'd have to tilt your head all the way back and then, you'd have to do it kind of on purpose, like you're like a sword swallow.
Well, he was housed.
Yeah, but what about being drunk would make you tilt your head back and try to, maybe it was a dare?
Yeah, like he's doing bits.
Well, I bet you that trying to come out the other end wouldn't be very fun as it makes its way through.
He's 46. He did not want doctors to cut his neck open at the time, so he just I'll go home.
Yeah,
And he lived with it for 8 years.
Well, if it's not...
8 years!
If it's not bothering you,
It was bothering him.
It was.
Yes. The increased pain, how could that not bother you?
I don't know, maybe you can learn to deal with a lot of stuff.
The increased pain made it harder to swallow.
Oh, yeah.
And he asked doctors to take a look. Surgeons performed a minimally invasive operation to remove the obstruction.
To be fair, if you're housed all the time, maybe you don't really... Alcohol, is there anything it can't do? Alcohol got him into this mess. The least it can do is shepherd him through it.
They actually were able to get it out without cutting open his neck. He did not want his neck sliced.
So they just kind of...
So they went through his mouth.
Yeah, they just tilted his head back and probably went in there with some...
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
For 8 years.
That seems like... Well...
They said his vocal cords and mucous membranes, luckily, not injured.
Wow.
Function normally.
I would like to know on his day-to-day how much of that was... You see it all the time, in those shows Dr. Pimple Popper or My Feet Are Killing Me. People walk in with the most horrific things, and they always say the same thing. I was embarrassed, and I'm scared of doctors, and so they will put it off until it becomes so unbearable that they don't have a choice.
There's a show called My Feet Are Killing Me.
It's amazing.
Feet?
Yeah. It's about two, and by the way, both podiatrists, it's a male and a female, super hot.
My eyes are
They're not
very
together. It's two
me.
separate. You have to be a hot doctor to get your own show. Dr. Pimple Popper is a hot Asian gal.
She is.
The My Feet Are Killing Me. One's a hot. The lady's a hot black gal, and the other guy's he's McDreamy. Yeah, and they're on there, and the people come in with unbelievable foot issues, and you can't look away. It's nightmare fuel. But you always ask the same thing. How on earth are you living like that? And it's always the same thing. Well, I was embarrassed. I didn't want to come in.
Well, I'm guessing this guy was just drunk for 8 years.
Yeah, see, just got housed.
It's a fun little, tidbit about himself. He goes to a party.
Yeah. Did you know I had a metal chopstick in my throat for 8 years?
You want to come home with me, or?
You're oh, really?
Well,
get a load
you
of
can
this
come find it.
Well, it's amazing what you can.
Hey, now.
It's amazing what you can get used to. You can.
Yeah, I would imagine that did not even though he was drunk a lot, that had to have just been really lucky, and it really didn't bother him.
I don't know, man.
Because if that really bothered him,
dude, when you get something caught in your throat,
I get it, but
it's the worst feeling in the world. And
8 years.
8 years.
You know how long that is? That's 8.
It's a long time.
Is it 8 years?
It's more than 7.
I had a piece of metal in my foot.
Not as much as 9.
For a year.
You had a piece of what?
Metal in my foot for almost a year.
Yeah, I remember you said that.
That kind of sucked. That was a year. 8. Eventually it gets to the point where you're all right.
Did you know it?
I didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't know.
So if you didn't know
Had I known it was a piece of metal,
well, right,
then I would have gone and taken it out. But and that's when something like that, you would think he just.
You think this guy didn't know?
No,
I mean, he went to the hospital.
He went to the hospital. But I could see a world where something happens while you're drunk and you're like, I don't know, my throat's bugging me. I don't want to go get it looked at. And then it turns out, oh, you have a metal chopstick. But the fact that you knew it was in there and you didn't want to go deal with it, you'd rather deal with the discomfort of having a chopstick in your throat. That's the badass crazy.
Or maybe
part.
he would just drink to numb the pain.
Yeah.
And then he just got used to that.
It was an excuse to drink more.
Yeah. It's like,
man, my throat hurts. I'm
I
gonna
gotta drink. Sorry, honey.
I have to. I don't want to.
You have the X-ray, and anytime someone's like, "Dude, you should stop drinking," you're like, "Really?" And you'll show them the X-ray, and you're like,
yeah.
Oh.
I have a metal chopstick in my throat, and you want me to stop drinking?
I'll tell you what. If you asked me for a drink, and I was like, "I think you've had enough," and then you showed me that, I'd give you another one. I'd be like, you know what?
I would too.
Fair.
It'd be on me.
Fair point. This one's on me. That being said, if you can, go to the doctor. Too many people ignore.
Well, he did. He just didn't want his neck.
Well, so that's why he was probably getting free drinks from people.
Ooh. Yeah, it's a good bit.
Therein lies the question.
Bit.
What are you willing to put up with for free drinks?
For 8 years?
For 8 years.
Obviously a metal chopstick.
Huh. He's just walking around the entire time.
Chopstick.
Sorry about that.
And food?
Yeah, I'm sure it was very... The idea of having something in my throat is one of the worst feelings. We've all had something go down the wrong, the wrong pipe or get stuck in there a little bit. Maybe
that
it's
could be a drop.
Maybe it's a tater. It's just...
I was going to say, drop of the tater tot.
It's one of the worst feelings in the world.
Choking is no bueno.
Yeah.
Helpless.
Yeah.
Helpless feeling.
We had a guy I knew. I didn't know him that well. He went to the... when I lived in the center and I moved away, he was in the church that I used to go to years and years ago. And... I couldn't believe it, but he was, I think he worked for the airlines. I don't know if he was a pilot or maybe he was it's not a steward, what are they, stewards? What are they, flight attendants?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I was like, that was very sexist of me.
It sure was.
Yeah, stewardess.
But we're used to it.
And so obviously, you in a hotel room by yourself, he didn't make his flight, and so someone checked on him. He, steak dinner.
Oh, yeah, you told me that.
Yeah.
That's rough.
They had no idea. His family had been, calling him, and it was very weird because he always called to say goodnight or whatever. And
you know what you're supposed to do in those scenarios?
Isn't it you throw yourself against, a table or something?
Yeah, or a chair. If you're choking and no one is around to help you,
yeah,
you are to put your sternum over, the back of a chair or some object that you can drop, and it's going to hurt.
Yeah.
But you could drop your sternum onto it.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's a bit like somebody hitting your chest,
Boy, I bet you, and you may have to do it hard enough where you break something.
Well, yeah.
That's probably hard for a lot of people.
And that would be hard to do.
Yeah, but at the same time, dude, you're dying. And I wonder how much time do you have before it's you reach the point where you can't do it anymore. You got the kind of D-Day time.
Not that much.
Yeah, terrible feeling. Terrible. Except this guy's like,
Tell me about it.
He's like, I'm all right. little chopstick down my throat.
Come on, dude.
Introducing Uber Golf. Next, here's Steven.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This update brought to you by Mountaintop Metal Roofing. No maintenance, energy efficient, fire resistant, and a lifetime warranty. Do it once, do it right. Visit mountaintopmetalroofing.com. First on the Fan, San Antonio Spurs center Victor Wembanyama. He was announced today as the winner of the Defensive Player of the Year. Wembanyama is the youngest player in league history to win the award. He is also the first ever to win it unanimously to win that award. Couple playoff games today in the NBA. Cavs just beat the Raptors by 10, 115-105. Cavs take a 2-0 series lead in that one. Knicks up 7 over the Hawks at halftime. Knicks up 1-0 in that series. Kicker Brandon Aubrey, he has agreed to a 4-year extension with the Dallas Cowboys. Going to make him the first kicker to earn $7 million per year and includes $20 million guaranteed with a signing bonus of just over $8 million. The 49ers and left tackle Trent Williams, they have agreed to a new deal, 2 years, $50 million for the veteran left tackle. UConn guard Solo Ball, he's going to undergo wrist surgery. He's going to miss the entire 2026-27 season as a medical redshirt. Ball actually played in the national title game against Michigan with that wrist injury, scoring 11 points. And Dodgers closer Edwin Diaz, he is slated to undergo surgery to remove loose bodies in his right elbow. He is expected to miss about 3 months. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Yeah, Uber has just rolled out Uber Golf for you.
Come and take you to a golf course, or the golf course comes to you? I'm not sure how that works.
Well, it's kind of dumb, and I'm not sure there's a huge need for it.
It's probably not.
But, you know, it's gimmicky. You know how they are.
Yes.
But, so what it does is it allows you to reserve an X or an XL up to 90 days in advance to work around your tee times.
Sure.
So it's like, it's probably like for bros traveling together, you know? And then you can fit 4 sets of golf clubs.
That makes sense. You get like a Yukon XL or whatever, you throw them in the back, and away you go.
Yeah.
How is that any different than just ordering an Uber XL?
Exactly.
I mean, they're always available. It might take a little longer.
I guess it's probably just the fact that it's reserved. I don't know. Maybe sometimes maybe they're not available.
I can't say I've ever really had a hard time getting an Uber XL.
Nah.
No?
I mean, I don't know. Do you order Uber XL?
I mean, once in a while, like if you're out with a group of friends or you've got luggage, I've ordered an Uber XL and I've never not gotten an Uber XL. It's a little more expensive, and like you said, you may have to wait a little bit more, but this doesn't really seem like Uber Golf. It just sounds like you're ordering Uber XL. I don't understand the difference between this and Uber XL other than you can prearrange, and you can prearrange any Uber or Lyft. Like you can schedule an airport.
90 days.
Okay. As opposed to a couple hours?
Yeah. Well, if I have a tea time in, I don't know, Mesquite.
Sure.
With my bros.
Yeah.
And we're all going to be housed.
Hells yeah, man.
Doing some drinking. Playing some country music.
Maybe listening to some Hammer Down, perhaps? I know when I golf, I like to listen to some Myers Leonard. Right before I step up on the tee, shake it into the woods.
Yeah, you know how bros do.
Yeah, that's how we do.
I grew up without a pot to piss, so it's a little bit hard for me to give a shit about anything and
every time I hear
that
him start to sing, I'm like, I laugh just like you do. It's like it triggers a laugh.
Yeah.
Because we know who it is.
Yeah.
But then I'm always like, wow, that's really a
so
pretty good voice.
The accent gets me every time, though. Like,
is it?
Yeah, it's not bad. You think that's bad?
I don't think it's good.
I don't think
I kind of do.
Well, how about this? He can clearly sing a little bit.
Yeah.
He's not worse than some of the stuff you hear on country radio.
I guess it raises the question. When country singers sing like this, is that actually good, or is that easy to do? Like, listen to this. This is Myers Leonard, by the way, for those that are not following.
Yeah. I've never thought about that.
Maybe it's easy to just sing like this.
Okay.
There's a snake in this.
As long as it's cold.
Well, you are throwing me for a loop because I think
it's easier than people think it is.
Okay, I think female country, you actually have to have a pretty good voice. You have to stand out. But the fact that Johnny Cash is one of the most famous country artists of all time, or Willie Nelson, I think the accent and the style, it lends itself. You don't have to have the greatest setup.
You have to have some accent. That's all you got to do. Like that Luke Bryan. Come on. These guys, they're not that good.
Well, you hate country music.
Yeah,
it's okay. You can say it.
It's not that I hate country music. I think a lot of it is not very good.
Well, I could not agree more.
I'm not here to deny that.
Does anybody think it's good?
But I do think there are...
Coach Vaughn.
I think... Ooh, she's a country fan?
She likes country music.
I think there's country singers that are much better and have good voices as opposed to hammering down.
Well, yeah, he's a basketball player. I'm just saying, like, he's just a basketball player who's
a good for a normal person.
It's kind of like when you heard Damian Lillard rap.
You're
like, that's pretty good.
Good little singer.
It's better than you thought.
I tell you what, it's not like because Bob Dylan can't carry he's not a great singer, but he's one of the most famous musicians of all time. You don't have to be a great vocalist. You don't have to be Freddie Mercury to be a famous singer, but I do think that country probably lends itself to have more forgiving vocals than other music genres.
I'm gonna love you forever. See?
The accent helps.
Super easy.
See, that's just as good as Myers Leonard.
I don't think it is.
She's been knocking on Mr. Brownstone.
Now that fish gets me hot. That is as good as GNR.
Like, if you've heard, but like, okay, whatever you think of Axl Rose, back in the day, that guy had pipes. Have you heard him now? It's so bad.
Oh no!
So
not again.
Metal. You don't have to have the greatest set of pipes, but you do have to.
There's my Rod Stewart.
You do have to be able to sing a little bit.
All right. Well, anyway, Uber Golf is coming. They're launching it. It's going to show up as a section on the main page. Gives users the option to reserve a ride up to 90 days in advance for up to 4 players that can fit their clubbies.
Yeah. Again, I still say this just sounds like Uber XL.
Or you can do Uber X with 2 guests and 2 clubs. which, again, is just Uber X.
Just Uber X.
They're also partnering with Topgolf, and that's a collab. So they will offer Uber One members 20% off their play at Topgolf.
Okay. So you Uber, boy, how much of a douche party do you have to be where you all get together and Uber your clubs to Topgolf?
Probably fairly douchey.
Do you bring your clubs to Topgolf?
No.
No, you just use their clubs.
Wow.
Like, come on.
It's the right thing to do.
If you're going to Topgolf and you're like, hold on, I got to swing by and grab my sticks, dude. Otani-san. You're doing it wrong.
Yeah, what would Otani-san do?
Oh, Otani-san.
Ooh, even better. Clip that. Let's put it right next to the other one. Let's go. Drop Central. All right. I don't know what's next. Probably wrap this bitch up on the Fan. Okay, you ready?
What do you got? Otani-san.
Well, that's your first one. Here's your second one. You ready? Are you ready?
Oh, Otani-san.
Oh, that one's so good.
Otani-san. Oh, Otani-san. Dude, I hear that in my house all the time.
Well, now you can hear it on your show.
Now I hear it on the show, yes. Again, come into my house, say something bad about him. See what happens. Talking
What is there bad to say to him?
Don't know. Well,
I called him a gambler.
Yeah, you called him a gambler.
And he's not even a gambler. That's a lie. It's fake news.
Sure it is. You're telling me that some guy's stealing millions from you? I just have no idea about it.
Sounds like someone wants a chopstick down their throat. Otani-san.
That's right.
I don't buy it.
You get a couple drinks in the BTJ, you start sassing her about Otani-san. You're going to end up getting stabbed. Oh, Otani-san.
Do we want to know what's going on in Otani's private life? Do you think he's pretty boring?
I think he's super boring.
Yeah, I think so too.
He's married.
He's pretty simple.
Yeah, he's got a dog and
doesn't care about money.
Doesn't care about money. Ichiro is the same way. I think those guys are just very single-minded. Unless he's got something really cool happening that we don't know about. He just generally seems like a nice guy. I think Otani is hard to hate. He might be the most likable. Like right now, of the athletes in sports, he may be the most likable. It's hard to hate on him. Curry's really like this. Hard to hate on him. Seems like a genuine good dude.
Denny Abdia.
Yeah.
Tom Dundon.
There's certain people that dislike him for
Wembanyama.
Other reasons. Oh, Otani-san. I still can't believe that the Dundon thing has become...
Oh, it's a thing. I wanted to read you a text on that.
Yeah, the Orem wrote a column today saying, I think the headline was, organization deserves better than bargain basement something.
Yeah.
Like, it hasn't even happened yet.
Here's the last text on it. This guy came in late, so this was during the club. We didn't address it. But this is the funniest text yet about it.
What do we got?
Zach Lowe and Bill Simmons got into how cheap Dundon is on their last podcast. News is spreading around the league. He's sabotaging the team's future with this nonsense penny pinching.
Again, I would...
So because Zach Lowe and Bill Simmons talked about it, it's a thing.
I would also like to point out, once again, the other team that he's owned for years, number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference.
It's propaganda.
I like turtles.
I see it right here. They're in the playoffs.
Oh, shut up.
They don't have t-shirts either, though, so they're not good.
No,
They'll never win a title.
Number 1 seed.
Don't you think this is a terrible thing to say it right at the end of the show, because we could probably do a whole segment on this. Yeah. Don't you think this is a great example of how media can lead people down a path that is like, it's just groupthink. It's
100%.
It's not a real thing, or it may be a real thing, but we don't know if it is yet. And yet, because Bill Simmons talks about it and Bill Orem writes a column about it, everybody's like, "Yep, see,
it's dangerous."
Like, it's really dangerous.
Yeah. Couldn't agree
Think
more.
for yourself, idiots.
Tomorrow we'll tell you what to think.
Yeah, yeah. We're back tomorrow, 3-7.